Okay, come on, let's see what we got going on. It says you are now live. So back to what we were talking about. Episode 44,
Hmm.
the Obama episode,
Yeah,
featuring Trump. Uh, he's president 45 and 47.
yeah,
Okay, so you're saying Obama was 44 just for 8 years. He's not 44 and 45.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Up until this election, Trump, it was only one other president who had two non-consecutive terms.
Mm.
Grover Cleveland. Now Trump also.
Um, so I guess that means they lost and then they ran again. So both of them lost, or did Grover just like, I ain't trying to do this and
No, I'm pretty
comes
sure.
back like Jordan?
No, I think they like lost, and then
Mm.
I didn't look. I didn't go that deep into it to see.
Mm. I wonder if they're the only president with a L on their record.
They'd have to be because they're the only two with consecutives.
Well, like let's say like Bush, did anyone like run and lose and they're just like I'm done, or does they like run twice or
Yeah, Bush ran twice. I think
and
Bush
he won twice?
Bush Senior only ran once. I think.
Did he lose the
And one,
second one or did he just retire?
I don't know, to be honest.
I'll look it up real quick. Who's your favorite president, Dave?
Well, Trump, man, everybody knows Trump because it's only relevant to me right now. You know what I mean?
See,
Like,
I gotta turn you up a little
I
bit.
couldn't be
Turn you up a
like,
little bit.
oh well, just some rando president from 100 years ago is my favorite president.
Mm,
I mean, Teddy Roosevelt was pretty cool, I guess, and I think
mm.
that's the only president who was like elected like more than two times. I think I heard this the other day that like that's why they have the law that you can only go two times because he got elected too many times.
That's pretty dope. How many presidents ran for re-election and lost? Perfect. Who didn't win a second term? Few former presidents have run again after leaving. Let's look at Investopia. Wait, hold on. Four ex-presidents who ran again and what they mean for Trump. Let's see. Um,
Yeah, the FDR says it served four terms.
10 former U.S. presidents ran for re-election, were unable to win second term, including Jimmy Carter, George H.W. Sr. You're right.
Mm.
Joe Biden. Wait,
fuck,
when? Hold on,
fuck
hold on.
Biden.
When did Biden run for second election and or did he run for a first and lose?
Well, he ran for the second election to Trump this time. He lost. No, it wasn't. No, it
He
wasn't
didn't
him.
run.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. It wasn't him.
Oh, see, this is also Investopedia is already on some bullshit. But has Biden ever ran before and lost?
I think so.
I think he
I
has
think
too. I
earlier,
think
like
that's what they're counting as too. Okay, got you. Some presidents were unable to make serious inroads with voters of the other party. Others, like George Bush Sr., experienced broad approval while in office, only to see their approval plummet before a follow-up election. Would you say that's like Trump?
no.
He was rigged. It was stolen from you.
His people didn't plummet. Yeah, yeah, it was. It was like cheating. Everybody knows that, John. He's still ain't admitting that it's not. He's stuck with that the whole time.
Fucking idiot. Anyways, Joe Rogan was like, "Okay, explain to me how it was stolen." Well, Joe, my people bring it up to you. No, I mean, if you say it's
It was
stolen,
micro manipulations. Like if you like really consider it, and like I seen this one video where they're talking about like the percentage of people that were affected by like the algorithm pushing people against them. If you consider just that, it was like a million or several million vote like swing estimated
one thing that I do
from
like is where
from
they
like
said like it was a record number of people that voted for Biden, like 25 million or something.
yeah,
But
like that's like obviously not true. Well, I mean it's true because that's how many ballots were cast, not how many people did it.
this Investopedia seems like they are Trump supporters. It says Joe Biden initially sought re-election but dropped out after a disastrous debate performance. Then it says Donald Trump lost his first re-election bid but regained the presidency 4 years later.
Well, I mean, that was bound to happen, man. Everybody was like sick of like it was kind of like very similar to like right like when Obama had like such a sweeping win, everybody like liked him because everybody like hated Bush
Mm.
coming off of like like Bush Jr. or whatever. That wasn't good. Everybody was like they were like too right wing for too long, and everybody was like, oh, we got to get something different going on, and that's what Obama just like swept over, swept it.
Too right wing for too
But
long.
then they got too left wing for too long, and like everybody like then Trump came in and swept it.
Do you think it's going to sweep back?
Eventually, it will, yeah, because they'll get too right wing again for sure. It's happened like that always.
Do you do you feel like presidents are almost like not needed anymore? Or do you think what Trump's doing right now is good? All this like movement,
Yeah, they're needed. We haven't even had one for years. See, that's what people didn't. Well, a lot of people do understand it,
but we have one now.
and it's like controlled opposition. So like Republican, Democrat, there's still people over them.
Hmm.
Now people would argue like, yeah, that's what Trump's against. He's not in with all that. That's why everybody hates on him so much. What I would kind of tend to agree with. Like look at everything that's happening right now. None of those government people like that, like the deep state thing and this Doge junk or whatever. And that's actually like could potentially like affect like my work too.
Government contractor work.
Yeah.
You
Like
know, there's two things. One, I want to get into the stuff you were like asking me about Obama and like me voting for him before. Um, but also like with the FAA, like I kind of wanted to get into our first topic about the plane falling. Yeah, let's get into that. So you heard about the plane falling in Flagler County.
yes.
Did you hear about why it fell?
No.
I 100% didn't either. Let me do some research real quick. But tell the people what you heard about it real quick.
I didn't hear anything. I guess I'll Stolly go on and talk about
That it happened.
that it happened, yeah.
So I heard that the guy isn't from Flagler County. He here we go. Pilot is killed in crash of Eagle Air transport plane in isolated part of Flagler County near Lake Diston. Okay. Would you get your pilot's license?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
You're not feeling it at all?
Scared, man. I
Okay.
I don't like flying. It's scary. Because if you crash, you're probably going to die. There's not much like safety features for flying.
Nah. Okay, hear me out.
Hold on, real quick though. Let me just interject this. They have a Honda private plane you could buy, and it has a parachute. So if I could only like fly that, maybe.
Okay, let's say you're starting to crash and you're over like Chicago, like a populated area. It's probably not going to be very good if it crashes down on the ground. If you stick with the plane, you might be able to pull it up at the last minute, but you could also eject.
Yeah, but you're still going like 100 something miles an hour. Like when you
I'm
land.
saying, are you going to eject and let the plane crash, or are you going to like, Dave, that's fucked up. You got to like try and save the plane.
Nah, man, I would just be ejecting. But with that Honda plane, like the whole plane parachutes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, man, flying is scary.
So they're saying that the guy, the there were no passengers other than the pilot, and that Sheriff Rick Stolley, he believes it said there was a very rapid descent and crash lacking any glide pattern, which means it just boom. He speculated that the crash was a result either of a medical condition with the pilot or a mechanical issue. Damn, do you think there was like, and I'm sorry for
Hold on.
the victim's family, but like, do you think he was just like, it was just blood everywhere, or was there like a body?
It depends on
Did you see the crash?
if it exploded or not.
Bro.
But he's probably mangled. Yeah. No, he's probably still a body. It's just all mangled up.
Damn, that.
Yeah.
Imagine pulling up to that site.
But that's pretty
and
obvious.
getting paid like what, like $50,000 a year. I'm not doing that, dude.
Probably less.
That's what do you do when you pull up? Do you like call in the coroners and stuff who like make more than them?
I don't know. I mean, probably everybody comes. The fire department probably comes. The ambulance probably comes. Anyway,
Who has to pull the different pieces of the body out of there?
I don't know. I don't even know if like the FAA would like make that like because a lot of times with plane crashes they want to like investigate like further into the crash. I don't know if that's only for like commercial or like
This dude's lucky it crashed in the woods. What if it fell on someone's house?
he died. What does he care?
That's messed up. But see, that's why people like you shouldn't be flying planes. What do you mean? What does he care? That's crazy.
But that's
dude.
a pretty obvious statement. He said either he had a medical condition or the plane failed. Obviously, you know what I mean? Like those are like literally the only two options that could have happened.
That's funny. It is the only two options. Yo, then after this, we also got to talk about like the like poo from the restroom thing that did hit the people in their house. Did you hear about that?
Oh, the
It was like the blue ice.
Oh, the
and
ice
remember
that fell?
you said from the firmament.
yeah. Oh, the blue ice is from but that wasn't blue ice though. And blue ice is real.
Okay.
Are you up on blue ice?
Oh, Dave, stop, please. So first, let's finish talking about this situation. It's crazy. It crashed in the middle of the woods, but more so, there's been a run and string of planes crashing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's almost like a deeper story. And then now this is one that happened in Flagler County.
Yeah,
and
that's two events that happened in Flagler County, really, with the ice and that. And then like the helicopter guy crashed into the plane, and then like another plane, and like what was that like Pennsylvania, I think.
Yeah.
And then there was like something in Seattle too, wasn't that? I believe so.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening.
Because I seen some
I don't know
footage
exactly
of
what
like some people just chilling somewhere, and then like the fucking plane like crashed right in front of them.
Bro, shit is crazy.
It was like
What kind of check are you getting though? Hear me out. Okay, hear me out. I'm driving on the highway and a plane like crashes near me. It doesn't hit me, but near me. Can I still sue?
I don't know, but I will tell you this: like my stepdad Joe, he was like a framer on like big houses, like in the early 2000s, late 90s or whatever. Like all the Hammock Dunes houses, not all of them, but a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the houses they were doing for this guy and this lady, and they had like a pool on the second floor, like fucking sweet ass house.
Mm-hmm.
They got their bread because they survived the plane crash.
Wow.
And they got like tens of millions of dollars. Then they bought that sweet ass house in the Hammock Dunes.
That's dope. Yeah, so I'm trying to like understand, like, because it's like I'm scared to drive on the highway now. Your plane crashed right in front of me, and I had to like stop and pull off real quick. I feel like I could sue for like distress or something like that.
You can try. They got a lot of money though.
Yeah. Okay, then there's the blue ice. So there was somebody in Seminole Woods where they weren't home, they said, but out of nowhere, like a big ass chunk of ice just came through like the roof, and it came so fast, it just boom, and was in their house, like boom, straight through. That's another thing that it's like, bro, if there's like a meteor or something like that coming, these roofs aren't doing nothing for nothing. Anything coming from the sky, it's coming straight
and that
through.
was a metal roof too. It looked like on the house.
Yeah, it's straight through, bro.
Yeah,
straight through and straight down. John, okay,
everything is a false sense of security.
That's true. So can they sue?
Who are they gonna sue?
What do you mean who are they gonna sue? The plane place.
Didn't they say that wasn't that like from the toilet or something like that?
Yeah.
So it was like some frozen shit or something like
like they dropped it.
what Joe Dirt found. He thought it was a meteor, remember?
How long was he riding around with that thing?
He ate the burger off of it.
And then the radio guy was like, you ate a burger off that thing. He's like, wait a minute. This is a chunk of poo?
I mean, I guess if they know exactly like what plane
Holy shit, I'm dying. What'd you say?
If they knew exactly what plane it was, which they could probably figure out. I mean, like all those air traffic logs are pretty well kept.
Air traffic, yeah. I mean, they could definitely see where it's like coming from, definitely. And like the plane that flew over it the most recently, if it happened today.
See, that's good. That just shows that they just need more training. They need more training. That's why they need more classes, which is good for me.
Wow, that's valuable. Can you put that on vibrate, sir, please? My boy looked at it. Um, so there's a lot of aviation stuff going on. Tell me, Dave, what do you think? Give us the what is going on with the planes?
Oh, I have no idea. My job has nothing to do with that whatsoever.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying give us your take. Like, what is it? I'll give you my take.
Maybe it's like poor quality of people building them.
I think aliens, either aliens or like Russia, China. This is almost like a new warfare tactic where they can just take planes out the sky, bro. That's pretty easy to do.
I don't think that's the case at all.
That's pretty easy to do though, right?
These are all like crashes.
But is that pretty easy to do?
Probably not. No. Like how? Well, like,
Hack into their computer? Because all these are old planes, probably from China and shit.
well, the old planes probably don't have the computers that you could hack into like that.
That's not true.
But the
But
newer
I hear what
planes,
you're
sure.
saying. But
I think that those countries attack us in other ways.
hold on a second.
And I think if somebody would do an attack like that, it wouldn't be like isolated incidences like that. They would try to do like system hacks.
I agree with you. That's
Yeah.
what I'm researching. Can airplane airplanes be hacked by China? Oh, be hacked remotely. Yes, a plane can potentially be hacked remotely, although it is extremely difficult due to the stringent security measures in place. What? What's stringent? Like that don't even make sense. But go on. And most modern aircraft systems are designed to resist cyber attacks. However, vulnerabilities can exist in connected systems like in-flight entertainment or communication networks, which could be exploited by a skilled hacker to potentially interfere with certain aircraft functions.
Hmm. What are you doing?
It's a business text. But I wanted you to. I just read all that and I wanted you to say something about it. But give me a second, real quick.
Well, I don't really know much about that. Um, oh, that sounds like conspiracy theory. Talk to me, John.
So I'm setting up everything for like my business right now for the junk removal and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And he's setting me up like a CRM and everything like that. And I think I kind of just I don't want to say pissed him off, but like um I was just real with him and I was like, hey man, he's like, hey, before I can buy these domains, if you could just input your card information. And I was like, okay, man, I'm gonna do it, but I'm letting you know, bro, like I'm trusting you. You know what I mean? Like,
Hold on. So you over here giving some website guy your credit card information,
exactly.
and at the same time talking to me about people hacking into planes? You should ask that guy that.
Exactly. But this is my whole thing. So what I told he's like, nah, bro, like all I could do is buy domains with it. I said, and we're going into a great topic on my like I struggle with commitment because I struggle with like trusting people and stuff like that. So talking to him, I was like, well, to be honest, bro, um, I was like, what you could do is like you're skilled enough to you could actually create this whole website and then I put my card information in it. Now you have my card information. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's crazy because I hate when people are like, it's like almost, what do you want me to say? Like, I trust you? I don't. But at the same time, I don't trust Square app either. You know what I mean? So that's my whole thing. It's like anything you send it to, it's somebody with your information. You know what I mean? Um, the only thing is that this is a business account with only a little bit of money in it. It's not like my actual main account. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, just I would really just appreciate it. Like, and I was just kind of like venting to him, just like, yo, man, like, it just sucks when shit's going good and then somebody just like steals $1 million. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm more not worried, but it's like, I just say this whole thing gets built up and we're doing really good. And I even told him, I was like, man, that would suck if, like, say, let's say we took sponsorship and he's like, talking to people and he might tell them $30,000 or something, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I got somebody for like $20,000," and like pocketing money, and it's like, but when someone's dealing with like the back end and stuff, but it's hard to be on top of everything, because I was like, okay, so I guess I have to be the main one to communicate with all the businesses. I don't know, because eventually you have to delegate those tasks.
Yeah. To businesses that should just do it. But a lot of people, every time you buy something online, you put your card number in it. I just bought something offline like the other day, and
That's what I'm
like they
saying.
always like just have to put your card. I have like two cards though. I have like my main card, and I have another card that like has like less money in that account. So even if it does get stolen, like I only have like a couple $100 in there. So and if I want to get something, I'll put more money in that account. So then if somebody did get my card, I might lose like a couple $100 tops or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. But and that's the thing. It's like I don't want to say to him like, "Oh no, bro, I trust you," because
Yeah.
it's not even that. It's just like, "Hey, I'm just letting you know, like, bro, like this is some serious stuff." You know what I mean? But
Well,
I think he got offended because he's like, "Bro, you could." He's like, "You can use another thing if you don't want it, if you don't trust me and stuff like that," which I get. You know what I mean?
that's classic. That's classic gaslighting from somebody who's about to take you.
Hey, trust me. That's what I'm saying. They kind of throw out the thing where I don't need, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I fuck with him though. He's cool people and stuff like that. I'm just scared,
But you
like,
know him personally?
yeah.
Yeah, all right then. I mean,
I've been knowing him for like 2 years now.
can you beat him?
Yeah. And it's funny because he's gonna watch this, but we're cool.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say no. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But it's also funny because like he's gonna be like helping making clips and stuff like that. So we're gonna make a clip of this.
Can he beat?
But yeah, man. Uh, it's dope too because he likes to be behind the scenes and shit. So I've been looking for like a young Jamie type shit. Um, so real quick, I want you to like explain to people and break down people like the statistics of scratch offs as I'm about to scratch this off and win $1 million. But like, why do you like scratch offs?
I don't buy scratch offs.
I You hit off a scratch off.
I mean, I bought them before. Yeah, I won the 3 stacks that one time. But really, it was like 2,600 or something like that. Once you get it, because there's tax on your winnings for sure.
That's the question I was gonna ask too. So like, is it a winnings tax? Because this isn't income. So it's like, what if I won $1 million, but like I wanted to buy $1 million house? How are you gonna tax me when I didn't even take any income?
I think that is income. It's not income from working, though.
That's what I'm saying.
But
So it's like I should be able to like, not 1099. I forgot what it's called when you take like your money and you put it into real estate. Like you buy a house and then you put that money into another house, so you don't have to pay capital gains tax.
yeah, I don't know the form. It's like 1030C or something
It's
like
something
that.
like that.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah. So I should be able to do the same thing with a scratch off.
well, I think these are like hard questions, John.
Look it up on your phone real quick.
I know that like a lot of people say that if you do win some money, you should like cash it in a trust because that's taxed differently as well.
Look up. Can I buy a house with lotto winnings without getting taxed?
That you
I just hit. I think I just hit. I don't know.
I think the answer to your question is no.
Oh, this is a multiplier if you hit. No, I don't think I did hit. That's crazy.
See, John, they take their money right away. They know, like okay, later on, like you could probably maybe like claim something on the back end, but they take like half the money from Lotto on top of the money that they make already. And that's not taking one real estate money and putting it into the other one. Like that tax thing is like are taking the real estate profit and moving it, not just money and moving it. But these are better questions for like a tax expert or accountant or a trust
We should have one of those people come
lawyer.
on the podcast. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this in a clip too. We need a tax or accountant person. We should have like Ronnie come on the podcast.
Yeah, those are questions that
I'm gonna hit up Ronnie right now.
no, hit him up later. It's taking too long. I'm going to the list.
Nice. Okay, Ronnie, we need you to come on the podcast to talk about taxes. Okay, got you. Yeah, so topics.
All right. So I went to Portugal, girl.
How was it?
Pretty good.
Awesome. It looked good and it looks like something I'd be really interested in, so I'm glad to hear that the hype is real.
Yeah, I got that one, the flaming steak or whatever. They like set the steak on. It's like first of all they give it to you like on a lava stone, and then they like pour like they have like the sauce thing and they light it on fires and they like pour the fire on your steak.
Is the lava stone real? And this is not a winner, Dave.
Yeah, and it's like the lava stone is mad hot too, and they have it on like a wood tray and they got like a little thing of salt, garlic, and some kind of sauce, and the sauce was good too. I mean, 100%. You should order the steak slightly less than you'd want it. Because I ordered mine medium rare, and by the time it was like sitting on that stone, and he's like presenting it, and then like you get it, and this and that,
It was medium.
it was like more like a medium ish. Because I would have liked to have been like substantially rarer, honestly. But it was good, had like good flavor, the season was good. I liked the little platter they brought it with.
It seems like dimly lit in there. Did you have to get a reservation as well?
Well, I made a reservation, but I went on the day before Valentine's Day because I'm like went for Valentine's Day.
Wait,
So I really didn't need the reservation.
Did you go there or on Valentine's Day?
No,
or
no, I didn't.
You
I
ate there the day before.
The day before because who I was going with had to go out of town that day.
Dave, you went there on side bitch day. That's funny as hell. Oh, they had to go out of town, huh?
It's not Day. Yeah, they had to go out of town for their business.
Oh yeah, hey, let's go the day before. I actually have to go out of town. That's fucking hilarious, dude. I'm dying.
Nah, well, it wasn't like that.
Dave got taken out on side bitch day. Holy shit. So on Valentine's Day, we don't need to get into specifics, but like, did you get a gift? Do guys get gifts on Valentine's Day?
No, guys don't typically get gifts on Valentine's Day.
Is that fucked up or is that how it should be?
That's just how it is.
I feel you on that.
That's just how it is.
How do I say this?
But I don't really want anything. I don't want gifts anyway.
I was just thinking that, but I was like,
I never want gifts on any holiday.
Come on, Dave, stop.
Like what?
Dave,
what are you
stop. Dude.
From anyone.
She's
like,
not watching,
no,
Dave. It's okay.
Even if,
it's okay, bro.
Even if, like the kids get a gift or something like that, it's like, okay, it's like I like the gift.
I'm talking about
but
from your girl, like on Christmas or your birthday. You don't want anything.
Oh, I mean, just like maybe like take me out or something. I'm like, what are you gonna get? Like a shirt or something? Like, I just feel I don't like getting gifts. I'm not like a gift receiver. I'm more of a gift giver. So there's that.
It sounds like you're a top, not a bottom. But so I feel like I hear you. I think that goes something into like being like a people pleaser, but not really care. But it's like it's okay to want something back. You know what I mean? Like You're almost like, nah, you don't. But it's like, okay, but if you didn't feel that way,
But
what would be something dope for somebody to get you?
I don't know. Uh, if I do, I would like to get a gift. Like, you know what a good gift is? It's something that somebody would want, but they wouldn't buy them themselves.
Exactly. That's what I'm asking you. Like, what is something you want but you wouldn't buy yourself? I'll go first. Let's
I'll go
see.
first.
Something that I think would be a dope gift. Okay, I just saw something that I was talking to this guy about. They got a new DJI drone out for like $300. And this is my thing. And that's the perfect price point because, and I'm not trying to be like a hater, but like shorty, if say we're talking for 2 years and you can't drop 300 for my birthday on me, that's cool. You know what I mean? I ain't got to drop 300 on you. You know what I mean? But it's like, I don't even want to, but it's like, yeah, get me the drone. Definitely get me the drone. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, that would be a good present, but you would buy that for yourself.
I would, but like, I would like it if my girl bought me a drone. That's something that like I would put a ring on, 100%. Like, oh, I see he wants that drone. Boom. You know what I mean? Shit's fire. And 300 nowadays really isn't that bad. That's like 2 nights out.
Yeah, if that.
Right.
Not really. I mean, because a nice meal is like two something.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro. And I'm gonna make money with this drone.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd like. I don't really care about things.
Right.
Maybe some new shoes would be great.
Ooh, that's definitely a Dave answer. That's dope though.
All right, so Portugal Grill, yeah. Oh yeah, and they got the octopus appetizer, which was good.
Going from the octopus, was it, I don't want to say alive, but was it like
No, well,
raw, moving, anything?
no, it was like broiled, I believe. It kind of was like tasted like escargot. It was in like a buttery kind of like champagne type sauce.
How big was it? Pause.
No, it wasn't a big piece. It was like smaller sliced up pieces. But that's what I wanted. I think if you get the entree, because they have an octopus entree also, that you get like a full tentacle. Maybe not a full tentacle, but like a big segment. Now, when I was at that, was it Mama Ling Ling's in Daytona or something like that?
I don't
Because
remember. That's
there
fine.
was one in Palmco, is Mama something. There's another one in Daytona. But
Yeah, there
anyway,
was a Mama Ling's in over by Winn Dixie Plaza.
no, it's not that one then. Mama Fufu over in Daytona. Anyway, I got like a octopus appetizer, and it was like a little tentacle. And it was
Yeah.
like fucking like and it was like $18. And it was like fucking small as shit.
When I go to Portugal Wine and Grill, I haven't been there, but when I do go, I want to get the lobster and they have the steak and they have like a whole tentacle there. I want with the suction cups on it. That's what I want them to get for me.
That's the entree probably. Because when I lived in Tampa, this one kid, because Tarpon Springs is like a really like Greek area, and his like this kid's mom had made this octopus, and he brought it in. It's like a big fucking like tentacle, and it was like really good. And that day I had that, I was like, man, I want to like have octopus again, because and I have it a couple times, but it wasn't as good as that Greek style that I got, because it was like grilled, like literally like on the grill, like just that's what I was kind of hoping that I would have got at the place.
Yo, octopus arm on the grill sounds fire.
Octopus arm.
That sounds amazing, dude.
Yeah. But I really wish, real quick though, before we move off of that, I wish I would have ordered the seafood, because when I thought about it after the fact, Portugal is like the coast of Spain pretty much. So
And they got the whole Atlantic Ocean right there.
that's what I'm saying.
They're
It's more
right
of a
there.
seafood type of thing. And you know what else I liked about it though? They had like these bottles of wine on the table, like just a suggested bottle if you want, and it's like I don't want to say like cheap Portuguese wine, but just like Portuguese brands that are like good, but not like super expensive bottles. So I copped a bottle of that, and it was only $33 for the bottle of wine at a restaurant, which is pretty cheap. And the wine was good.
That's not bad at
It was
all.
good. It was good wine.
It's official. We are gonna go to Portugal Wine and Grill and do a food review. Portugal Wine and Grill, tap in. Let us, because we're coming. You know what I mean? So just let us know when the best time is to come. Okay. Moving into the next topic, Beach Belly Bob's, Dave. Talk about what do they make there?
Oh, all kinds of sandwiches.
What kind of bread on these sandwiches?
Different bread for different sandwiches.
Is this the one that we went to and you did like a food review with like icy in them?
Yeah, I mean, I see a little bit. Baby
Okay.
O and my dad were there.
Okay.
They got wraps. They got like breakfast sandwiches, and but anyway, so they're closing down on the 23rd of March.
Are they really good?
I like it. Like every sandwich you get is good.
What do you think is the reason? Is it high rent? Is it not good traffic? Is it poor advertisement?
I mean, I think it's been there for a minute, but every time I've ever went in there, it's never been like packed. But I think they're pretty consistent. Maybe they just don't want to do it anymore. But I think they're kind of far south, though. If the business is kind of slow, it's because they're too far south. So I feel like that's the thing about Flagler. You really got to get like,
It's almost like a dead end.
you got to get within the first like,
10.
well, maybe like 7, 8 blocks either way. Because even like 7-Eleven's on Fifth South, and maybe you could go to like Ninth before it's like, okay, this is getting far from the center. And
Yeah.
then when you go north, it's like the same too. So really going outside of that, I feel like the traffic slows down substantially. But then I don't know though, because you go to like Java Joint and it's packed in there all the time. And that's like really far north.
Java joint. I don't know where that's at.
It's like maybe like 18th north or 19th north, I think.
Where is Golden Line?
That's on like 5th or 6th, maybe even 7th north. No, maybe, yeah.
Because I was like, it's pretty popping in that area for it to be, but yeah, I think the first 10 is really where you want to be. And that's like definitely downtown Flagler.
Which is crazy though. Like, remember that one day we were walking around like over by like the like next to Barnhills and like the little plaza there with the tea
Yeah.
place.
When
It's
they
like
were
there's
like, don't
no-
go back here.
Yeah, and that guy, yeah.
It's like, bro, what the hell? Why
Yeah.
do you really care?
But anyway, like I feel like the traffic doesn't really infiltrate back there. It's weird.
No.
Like I feel like there should have been like that should be part of the beach town where it's like more popping and stuff. Like I don't understand like why nobody really walks over there.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because it's such a small area that it really doesn't have any depth though. I think for the foot traffic anyway.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So back to Beach Belly Bob's. We think it's traffic that is not getting to them.
I don't know. I mean, it seems consistent and they're really good. So
Do you think Flagler Beach has enough like population to support like small businesses like that, or do they need a Palm Coast influx?
I think that's a good question. I don't think just Flagler Beach now, but they have the tourists because there's surprisingly a large amount of tourists in Flagler Beach all the time.
Where can they like park? I guess everybody could just park on the road, on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I don't know if people like know that.
Well, it gets pretty. No, they don't. You know what I really hate, and if anybody like sees this, and it should be illegal. I wish we could tell Cooley this. Like,
Hilarious. He goes, if anybody sees this, Dave, we get over 100,000 views a month, sir.
150.
Yeah,
Or
actually.
150 monthly. Some people who might be interested in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the side note. But I hate when I'm going south and somebody's trying to turn to park on the beach, and it's like then the whole traffic up because people are coming north, and it's double yellow lines, John.
And they're trying to park diagonally,
Yeah,
like
they're
right
like-
on the.
yeah,
That's
they'll-
what I do, though.
They'll stop.
What am I supposed to do?
No, they like pull in.
And I'm stopped waiting for traffic to come this way so that I could pull in. But I'm stuck. So what am I supposed to do?
Hit the block and go back that way. Like you can't just like,
Okay.
stop everybody. 'cause
So
you
hit the
wanna-
block, and then now I'm facing this way
Now
and
you-
wait for clearance
You make
to.
a right into the parking spot. Yeah. So, but you got to cross that other line,
Or a left.
and then you hold everybody up behind you. It's just very inconsiderate.
That's.
And
I never thought about
it's
that.
crossing the double yellow.
The double yellow, John.
Exactly. And it's like, bro, like that's like well, people who like slow down on the highway because they want to go to the exit. It's like, bro, you missed it, man. Just turn around. You're gonna cause a crash.
That's true. I am that guy too.
I hate that. It's not safe, and that's what really bothers me is like people that are inconsiderate of others publicly. It's just rude.
That's funny. But I don't want to say rest in peace to Beach Belly Bob's. We should go do a food, or is it closed down already?
I don't think because that I was reading on the website it talks about it, and Bob is apparently like already retired from like a good profession before he opened that place. So I don't know what's going on with them.
He's like, I'm straight.
I think that's kind of the case too. But I wonder what they're going to do with that place though.
They're trying to jack up my rent. Maybe we should bring our podcast over there.
That would be high rent for a place like that. They need to be
See?
like,
So we're just talking about.
see, but that's already we already established it. It's out of the zone where you want to be at. But then there's a coffee shop there too, and they just opened up a yoga place in that plaza as well.
Okay. Yoga place. Do you. I
There's,
almost.
there's mad yoga places around.
I would almost like do it on the beach. Why rent a place to do yoga?
Yoga on the beach isn't great. It's not a level surface. The sand moves. You get sand all over you.
You sound like a rookie yoga person.
Because oh, I am a rookie yoga person.
Yeah, the sand moves. That's the point. But I feel where you're coming from.
Yeah, I don't
The
think.
elements.
I mean, some people like to do it because it's like it's more natural. But the times I've done it, I'm like, it'd be better if it was flat
Mm.
and not sandy. But anyway, but like I said, and I think Oceanside is right there too. So maybe it's not that far down. Because
I just don't see how that's like okay. And now I don't even know the place you're talking about, so I can't be talking shit about somebody. But it's like, are these places like actually producing money, or is it just like some dude like having given his wife like something to do or whatever?
well, like the yoga place.
Yeah, how you've done yoga before? Like, how much do they charge? Let's do some quick math real quick. Like, okay, how many people do you need to have in a class, and how many classes a week to be profitable
Oh man,
doing yoga?
a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's
Like,
still like $20. I think some places it's 25.
okay, so let's say you had 10 people,
That's a lot. That'd be a lot of people in the class.
but that's $250.
But John, you got like a 5:30 class for the real hardcore people. Then there's like a 7:30 class. It might be a 9 o'clock class.
I mean, but that's a lot of.
Like each studio has multiple classes every day.
That's kind of what I'm saying. It's like, but are there even that many people in Flagler Beach looking to get yoga? Is my point. Like
Yeah.
3 classes full of people.
I think so.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's the one place in Bunnell. There's one on Old Kings. There's I think 2 or 3 in Palm Coast. There's new one here.
We should go do a yoga class for Flagler Weekly.
You ain't ready for no hot yoga class.
Dave, I keep telling you I'm in better shape than
You
you.
ain't ready.
If you could do it, then I could definitely do it.
Well,
That's how I feel.
that may be the case, but we should do that.
I'm with it. We're gonna do that.
So which yoga place wants us to come and do?
Don't you got a yoga spot? Do they have any? Cause I want to go there with other people. You know what I mean? All right, I'm gonna find out then. Well, I'm gonna make a clip of this. I think there's like, I don't know if the dance method. Shout out the dance method. I don't know if they do yoga or not.
Why would they do yoga? That's a dance place.
Bro, because it's all the same stuff. What are you talking about? Am I allowed to say that?
Why are you shouting out dance method?
Because they're the first people I know, and they're great at social media. They're doing their thing on social media, so I remember their name, and they have a great name, the Dance Method. But yeah. So we're gonna find it out. If you're a yoga class,
You're one girl who owns the building got yoga at her building.
Not Brittany, Chelsea.
Yeah, but that's not.
That,
but she just has I think
building?
She just yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So somebody, whoever has a yoga studio, please invite us. We're gonna bring the cameras. We're gonna have a great session in there.
Boom.
Nice, dude. And I'm gonna out yoga Dave. Dave's gonna give up.
I'll make it through a half.
What's up with like yoga with goats? Like, and like yoga, they all they be doing is like petting goats and shit like that. Like,
I don't know. I've heard of it. I actually seen something just the other day that was like yoga with ghosts, and they're like, why is this a thing?
yeah, it's just stupid. It's like, man, this is really. I'm not even gonna say like white people, but this is when people are getting too much money and they just be bored at the house.
Man, I want goat yoga money. It's hard, John. Like people be sleeping on it. It's hot. Like it takes a lot of core strength. Yeah, it's hard.
I don't think it's hard at all. I think it's easy. It's stupid.
I mean, we haven't even done it.
What, yoga? Dave, I've stretched before. What the hell are you talking about?
That's not the same.
What is yoga?
It's like a practice of like spirituality and like physical form. That's like a
I'm supposed to be scared of yoga.
and it takes a lot of core strength, and it's hot.
Does it take a lot of? This is my thing. If it took a lot of, this is gonna come off mad like misogynistic, but if it took a lot of core strength, how could women do it? But it's like, okay, I get it. Women say they're strong, but it's like I think there's strong, and then there's like strong.
It's hard. And see, the thing about that is like
They have like light limbs.
That's
Like
body weight.
my arm, my leg weigh like the same as a whole woman, and they're like holding up like 30 pounds.
Yeah, but you have more strength, so it should be proportional.
Okay, so
So
if they could stay in squatting dog longer than me, does that mean they have a better core than I do? Are they stronger than me?
per pound, possibly, yeah, definitely.
Oh, there's gonna be whoever is.
Because I mean, you weigh like almost 300 pounds.
I'm gonna look for a lady named Karen in there, and I'm going right next to her, bro.
Squatting dog.
And we're going fucking toe to toe, dude. I'm destroying her.
You'll be surprised, John. It's hard.
Yoga is a system of physical, mental, and spiritual practices. That's what you said. That originated in where did it originate, Dave?
India.
In ancient India. It aims to unite the body, mind, and spirit through various techniques, including, ooh, Karen, I'm gonna unite my mind, body, spirit to whoop your ass.
Yeah.
Physical postures, breathing exercises, meditation, ethical principles.
Yeah, all that.
Yoga is not a religion, but is often associated with Hinduism. There are many different styles of yoga. Okay. What style do you do? Hatha, Iyengar, Bikram, or Kundalini?
You know, I don't know, man. I just go sometimes. Which
Damn it, Dave.
I mean, I've only been like maybe 30 times.
That's a lot of times, Dave. If I went fishing 30 times, I'm a fisherman. You can't tell me no.
No, people be going to yoga every day.
Oh, I do want to talk about me going fishing yesterday.
Let's move on then.
You said people going to yoga every day?
Yeah.
You said people go to yoga every day? Like working out, like going to the gym, they go to
but
yoga every
here's
day?
the thing about yoga also, like when you sign up for the classes, like if you just go in, it's called a drop-in, and then you're paying like a single class price, which might be, I've paid like 15 before, and I heard now that it's like 25 at some spots. But
A walk-in price? Damn, that's
Yeah.
more than walk-in basketball.
but you can
Walk-in
like
yoga is
you can
more
sign
than
up.
walk-in basketball.
Say you like buy like a week pass or something like that, or a monthly pass, or even a yearly pass. You know, it might be like several $100s, but if you go multiple times a week, is a lot more affordable.
That makes sense, but damn, it's like, okay, I'm waking up and going to yoga in the morning.
And yoga's good too because like, say like you were like working out, like lifting weights. You're really like working like main muscles, and then
Okay.
like you're doing calisthenics. Okay, now you're working smaller like auxiliary muscles that like you use to move. And then like you're doing yoga, it's like now you're stretching your muscles out. You're making your joints strong. You got to hold yourself up in your core and in your arms and everything. And it's not just like stretching. It is pretty much just stretching. But not really. It's just holding poses too. It's like,
Yo, hey, Ronnie's listening right now. What up, bro? Hey, what we were talking about before is this is kind of a tax question, and Ronnie said he's more into accounting. So y'all reach out to Ronnie Creates for your accounting purposes. But if I won $1 million on a scratch off, could I, like, instead of them taxing it, could I put it directly into buying a home and not get taxed? Just like if I was to sell a property and put the profits on that so I can keep my capital gains? That's the question. But I'm going back to the yoga and the different types and going 30 times and stuff. Bro, that's pretty good. That's really good.
yeah, I don't know what the name of it is. They do like flows, and you can like a lot of times they'll ask like anybody like want to hit anything specific, and then they'll like think of like a flow to like hit those areas, and the flow is just like a series of moves. And- yeah.
Okay. Bro, one of like the dopest things that I've like it's crazy. I say one of the dopest things I've done in recent time and it's so easy and so simple. But going fishing, bro, I love it, dude.
Hmm.
It's crazy. I love fishing, dude. It's so like I think it like connects me to nature type stuff. It's like, wow, I'm taking something like out of nature right now. You know what I mean? And then it's like, it's really simple. You know, it's like a lot. They buy all these reels and all these lines. And what do you look for?
My water.
Right there.
Oh.
All these reels and like all these lines and all these things and stuff. It's cool, but it's like, bro, put bait on the end of the hook, and you throw it in there, and like, bro, this is something that really blew my mind. We were at Matanzas Inlet. Side note, I have some debates about this, but Matanzas Inlet, they technically consider it like St. Johns County, but I feel like it's like, you know how it's the inlet. So the north side of the inlet, I think, should be St. Johns County. I think the south side of the inlet should be Flagler County. Like Marine Land should be Flagler County. All that I should feel like is because it pretty much is Flagler County.
The South, that's South St. John's.
That's trash,
Just
bro.
because people from Palm Coast go there, it doesn't make it.
Yeah, people
Palm
from St.
Coast.
Augustine don't go there.
I mean, probably just as many from there go.
Nah, I don't believe that.
I don't know.
I don't believe that. But
I think
yeah,
they do.
that kind of upset me when I kind of really found out that like that was technically St. Augustine because I love going to Matanzas Inlet and I always thought it was like what's it called? But it's beautiful out there, bro. Oh my god, so many animals and nature and wildlife. There's a whole bunch of like birds and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, these birds are big as fuck and they're like catching fish and stuff like that. It's crazy. But we caught some sharks. We caught some fish. It was really dope. We threw everything back. I want to catch something and like eat it out there.
Like a couple blocks from my house, there's like a little launch, little boat launch, and like a little walkway where you can like fish off the side of the canal.
And this is amazing fishing out here.
The
dude.
intercoastal, yeah, we're like
We're
like a block away from.
the best fishing
We
ever.
could go fish on the beach too. Like,
That's what I'm saying. It's like we could fish either. It's crazy, bro. And he was showing me how to fish with like different weights. Shout out to Kevin Fedotov. I was out there with him and his boys and stuff. Olas. It's super dope, bro. It was super dope. But you know, we were fishing out of the ocean, and it was like waves and stuff, and the tides. We have to keep moving and stuff like that. And like when my mind on like going fishing, and not that like obviously I don't know what I'm doing, so he's a better fisherman than me. But I would like to be like in a creek, you know, over like High Bridge. Like that's my type of fishing. You know what I mean? Like out in the woods and there's a creek back there and stuff. There's fish in that creek, you know what I mean? And like I want to fish
those
there.
are flats, man. That's the flats.
Oh, hey, you don't go, you don't
I
know.
was just on that road like yesterday, the day before.
What is that?
Not fishing though.
But yeah, you know how like there's like the road and then like you said the water's right next to it shit? That shit's fire. That's perfect right there for me.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I want to go fishing out there. But I think you know, I really like have the fishing bug. Like I want to like almost like fuck work. I want to go fishing today. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, Baby O, like he was walking around yesterday and he like found a little spot over here, and he's like, well, if I like walk around the side because there's like woods, there's like the intercoastal, and then there's like a little offshoot, and then there's like another like little offshoot because there's like a small walk bridge over here, and then there's like all in there. He wants to do like a fish over there. Yeah, but he's all into fishing too. He just went and bought a bunch of shit yesterday actually too. Like
nice.
yeah.
He must have seen my video and got hyped.
No, he already was doing it.
Oh,
'Cause
nice.
he'd been fishing with Sean because like Sean goes fishing all the time. He's got a little boat or whatever.
Sean's pretty good at fishing.
Yeah.
They created a Flagler fishing group on Facebook, and I joined because I'm really trying to learn. Like
Who's they? Sean?
Sean and
Lil Nate?
Lil Nate.
Yeah, Lil Nate makes videos on his
Lil-
Instagram, I think, like fishing with Nate or something like that. I don't know what exactly it is.
I just did some videos with my meta glasses. It's fire. Ronnie said yoga is really hard.
It is.
So I don't
See,
believe
Ronnie's cultured, man. You're uncultured swine, John. You always like bashing everything. Like when I was trying to tell you about like what a porterhouse was, you didn't even believe me. Then I was right. I'm always right. What else do we got here?
Wait, about the fishing. I want to set up like a fishing group. Like I want to get fishing groups to go out and go fishing and stuff like that. And then also I want people to teach me about fishing. And also, like this chick that I used to be cool with, shout out to Frenchie. Like she taught me some shit about fishing and stuff like that. But the dopest thing she taught me was like crabbing. So like she took like string and then she had like, man, it might have been like 20 feet or something like that. But she took like raw chicken, like drumsticks from Publix or whatever, and she tied it on a string. Then she tied the string onto like a tree branch. And I was like, what the fuck? And then she threw it in the water. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And bro, out of nowhere, all of a sudden you just see like the string start like moving and stuff like that. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And she's like, yo, you got to pull it slowly because they're grabbing it with their claw. So it's going to be like, but they're going to hold on. You know what I mean? But if you pull too hard, they're going to let go. So she's pulling them in, bro. She got like 10 of them. Then we like went back to her crib and fucking like her dad cooked them shits. It was fire, bro. I was like, yo, this is dope.
I went crabbing before.
That's dope. So I was like, I want to definitely do that more. But in the ocean, it's like moving too fast. I don't think we could do it in the ocean. I don't know.
No, I think you got to scoop those crabs up. You're talking about like the intercoastal crabs or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're in the ocean too, though.
Yeah, I don't think those crabs. Yeah.
What do you think if you threw a chicken bone on a string into the ocean? What would you
I think
catch?
they have like crab traps, man. Like that they put in the ocean and they just go in there and
What-
they pull them up.
Yeah, but what do you think you would catch if you threw a chicken bone like on a string,
They,
like a shark or
like
something?
a shark, yeah. Like
That's crazy.
More of a fish, yeah.
Yeah, something big.
I don't-
But fishing is dope, bro.
it's, I don't know.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I never really liked it.
You of all people, because you like to chill. That's one thing I realized.
but
You
it's
need to
kinda-
get a shady spot and then just you throw it in, just chill and like it moves. It's gonna move. A lot of people be like getting tired. It's like, bro, it's gonna move.
Eh.
Fishing is so fire, man. You got to go when like the sun's starting to go down or something, or sun's starting to come up. Don't go in like the middle of the day. But bro, I fucking love fishing, dude.
I don't love fishing.
And it's something that you need to learn. Oh my God, this is the best topic. Are you ready, Dave?
Yeah.
Are you ready? And it's shout out to President's Day. Trump was at the Daytona 500. Now, the reason that this is so interesting to me is I was just talking to my boy, shout out to Jay Wright, because I just came up on a little treaty in here that I found at what did I find it at? Garage sale. Now hear me out, Dave. Hear me out. Tell me if I'm a piece of shit or not.
Okay.
So
Yes.
so these people, they were like, man, they're selling all their husbands collectibles and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, like what happened to him? They're like, oh, he like has dementia and he's in like an old person's home and stuff. And they're like, we're kind of like running low on money, so we need to like sell a lot of stuff and stuff. And so, man, they sold me this for $20, bro. And they sold me like his whole card collection for like $70. I was like, it's funny because I kind of made a joke, and I was like, if I was the dad, I was like, I'm so glad I'm gonna stay alive. And then it's like, just as long as you guys haven't sold my card collection. And they're like, oh, we did sell those cards. Oh, how much did you must have made a lot of money on them? Oh, we sold for $70. Take me, Lord. I'd be pissed if they sold my cards for $70.
How much worth of cars do you think you bought for the 70?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I looked at one card and it's worth $150. I have a John Elway card and it's in like mint condition. You know, and then I have like Deion Sanders cards. I have like fucking Jerry Rice cards. A lot of classics. I got Shaq. It's crazy. But also one interesting thing that I got that I'd like to show Flagler Weekly. We got your boy, Dave. It's hard for them to see. Hold on.
Donnie T.
So you guys see we have cameras and shit in here with lights and shit. But yeah, this is the Donald Trump Playboy right here. And it's the 1990 edition. So Dave, I'm gonna let you look at this. Now I have friends that say so the plastic is open on the bottom, but he says we shouldn't take out the plastic and like look through the pages. What do you think about that?
I don't think it's gonna matter. Like, look, the corners of this are kind of messed up, and this isn't a real plastic. This is
It's like a folder,
a
but
notebook binder.
but you can agree that that's better than nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but
Whoa, Dave.
I wanted to check the quality.
But you're like, goddamn, bro. What if it was worth a lot of money?
It's not.
It is.
And I can't believe that you paid $20 for this.
How much do you think it's worth?
$6.
All right, I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you some stuff right now on eBay.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you how I know that, because I had found, well, not really found, someone wanted to get off of them out of their garage, and I was like, yeah, I'll take them. Mad at these Playboys, like hundreds.
I don't think you even understand.
And I was going through them and looking at them and like looking them up, because there was like a Madonna one, and like they have to be like unopened from like the factory packaging for them to really be worth any money.
That's not true.
It is, because these corners are frayed. Same like baseball cards and stuff, like, and they're not that rare either.
Okay, well, I'm gonna show you this right here.
So this is from 1990 though. This is what, 34 years ago? Yep. 35 years ago. Yeah, that's 25 now.
So read off what you. I want you to read to the people what you see. Now, granted, the ones at the top are perfect mint condition. Granted, PSA 10. But tell me what you're seeing there.
2200.
Well, be a little bit more descriptive about what you're seeing.
This one's got 10% off. Well, this is
So,
a 9.6 rated.
What Dave is looking at?
These are rated as
A
9.
Yeah, but you're still not being descriptive of what you're seeing. You're looking at,
I'm looking at
eBay sold in the past 30 days of what Donald Trump 1990 Playboys were. So, okay, so 1990 Donald Trump Playboys, how much do they go for?
Well, this 9.6 rated is 22.45.
Okay, go down to like a 8 rate.
This is 8.5, 400.
Okay. What grade would you give mine? Honestly. Dave, are you kidding me?
This is a solid.
God dang.
I mean, these corners are frayed. You won't even let me take it out of the pack to look at.
Cause you really are rough, and you don't you don't care about other people's
like
stuff.
Stains on it, probably.
If it was your stuff, you would care. But mine, you're gonna like rip the page. I'm gonna hear like a rip and shit like that.
Oh shit! Look, this one's rated 8.0, and they want 200, but it was sold though. So maybe you got a couple $100 there, but I'm telling you, this is probably rated 5 or 6.
And I'm telling you guys on the podcast right now that
And this,
I'm starting the bid at $5,000.
we just saw that the higher graded one went for 2,200.
But this is the thing. They could possibly get that. They could also possibly get screwed over by those people online.
You should take that to.
I actually have it sitting right here.
You should take that to your boy and see if you can get it rated
Who's my boy?
at Kingsway.
I
Collectible.
wonder if they do. I'm gonna hit them up now. Actually, hey, I don't know if they do PSAs, but I'm gonna tell them. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to them and have them do it for me.
That guy's got all kinds of memorabilia there.
That's what I'm saying.
They gotta have, like,
And I know how to do it, but they send it in. Let me see, Kingsway. Shout out Kingsway Collectible.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's might even be a 4.
Dave, I'm so glad you
Did
don't
you
know.
even check the centerfold for any stains?
No. I want him to like know we're on the podcast too. This is a horrible picture.
He'll just see it on the podcast, man.
Nope, there it goes.
Just say 5,000 question mark.
I'm gonna say, can you help me get this PSA graded? Can you help me get this PSA graded? So yeah, man, we got the Donnie T going for 5K.
My president B.
My president B. Dave, nobody gives a fuck about your president.
Millions of Americans do. Especially when your deep state loving people wanted to just assassinate him on multiple occasions and trash his name through the press, B.
That's funny.
Ooh, he banged a porn star. Blah, blah, blah. Ooh, he said pussy.
It wasn't that he banged a porn star. Wasn't that he cheated on his wife?
He's a bachelor, baby.
Oh, Lord.
John, he's a billionaire.
So that means it's okay to cheat on your wife?
Yeah, I'd rather you stay with your ugly wife and not cheat on her and murder millions of people, poor people in other countries. I would definitely think that you were a better person.
So did he not murder people in other countries?
He's the least murderous president we've ever had.
Oh, the least murder. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm glad he's the least murderous.
For sure.
That's funny. I'm not even I don't even not fuck with Trump. I thought about it because I'm trying to get it signed by Trump. Now, if I get that signed by Trump, how much is it worth?
Oh, you'll be in better shape for sure.
What is better shape? Can I get my 5K?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe. I mean,
Now, hear me out. That's where we go back to the thing. He was in Daytona yesterday.
yeah, well, sign that. I mean, Google that. How much a signed copy?
Signed 1990 Trump Playboy. Oof. Shit.
Okay, 10 stacks. Oh, that's 4 stacks.
People offer different things. That's not sold, but that's how much people are offering. Let's see if I can find a sold item on that.
I'm sure.
I knew the second you held it down that it was a problem. I think these ones at the top are signed. Autograph. What the hell? Donald Trump cover autographed holder. I don't know if this is just a holder. Someone just sold it for $87. That's it. These are not correct. And they're also not signed.
Well, you're not gonna get Trump to sign this anyway.
Are you saying that in a hater type way, or
Where are you gonna run into Trump? Where are you gonna bump into Trump at?
he was at the what's it called yesterday? I feel like okay, that's a perfect because I thought about it.
Maybe if you happened to be there and you had this on you.
Hear me out though. My ex Carissa, so she works at the Daytona 5. So I've been there. I've been in the winner circle. So I could have kind of been there. You know what I mean? And then
Did you know he was gonna be there?
no. But I mean, it's almost not hard to think. I just didn't. But this is what I will tell you: the next big UFC that's in Florida, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna bring that with the marker because he always comes to the UFC, and I had it in a vision. He's gonna be walking by, and I'm gonna squeeze by, and I'm just throw it down for have him sign it real quick. Boom.
I don't know if you can just walk up on him like that, even at an event like that.
He be walking by and high fiving people and stuff. Look, now I'm gonna have to show you a video of Trump going into the UFC.
I've seen it before. Yeah, I guess so. If you're at the right spot, yeah.
And I feel like if I got the books, people will let me buy Trump UFC entrance. Nice, they got it.
I mean, I've seen it before.
Dave, let me fucking show you the video. Okay, let's see.
Look at all the security guards.
They're
You're gonna run up on him with 2 items. Hey,
yeah, I mean, I could be reaching over. He's gonna start waving and stuff. They're still in the tunnel. Oh, here they go. Oh, here come the cameras. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%, Dave. Look at these people right there. I'm going to be right there. I'm going to hold it over. I'm going to show him. And Trump, he's I'm going to sign this. Yeah. I was thinking about it. Should I bring a Sharpie or will a normal pen?
Sharpie.
Okay, the next thing I was gonna
A fine point, Sharpie.
the next thing I was thinking about too is obviously not on the plastic. It should be actually on the book.
Yeah.
Should be on the cover.
Forget that plastic. That's this was from a notebook. This isn't.
Dave's like, John, I'm about
This
to throw
isn't even official plastic. This is like out of a kid's notebook. It's not plastic.
He's like, John, I'm about to fucking throw your plastic. You and this fucking plastic.
That's not real plastic.
Stop doing that, Dave.
It's real plastic, but it's
God
not
dang.
the real plastic.
The fuck? Hater.
Look, I'll give you $6, man. Calm down.
Dave or Ronnie said yoga is really hard. I said, I don't believe it. He said, just as difficult as any other sport and workout, especially hot yoga. Y'all should do that.
He ain't lying. I've done it. Matt, up to 30 times.
Bro, that's hilarious. He said hard as any other sport.
I'm going to be honest with you, John.
My boy played point guard.
I did light yoga this morning. Very light. But it was a meditation / stretching session. And I just did some little back things. But yeah, that happened this morning.
Okay.
It was like a little 5 or 10-minute meditation session, and then a little 10-minute like.
Do you just like sit down when you meditate, or do you like cross leg and stuff like that, or?
I can sit there. Listen, the whole like it's called like a lotus stance when you like sit like that.
Okay.
But that's just how like they sit in India. It's a comfortable position.
So how do you sit?
And kind of that position.
You
Or
sitting on the, sitting on the couch
that
is
don't
not.
matter. That doesn't matter. Like in meditation, for me, it's not about that.
That's funny as hell.
Well, there's different styles of meditation.
Meditation like that for me is not about that. That's funny
There's
as
different
hell.
types of meditative things you could try. Like different goals of like, there's some meditation where you like maybe will like keep no thoughts from going in. Like when you have a thought that like it's not your constant because you're concentrating on just the sound around you, like how you feel, the temperature, and then like you want to get the thoughts out of your head.
Whoa.
But hold on. Then there's another type of meditation where you just let stuff come, go. I was listening. There's this dude, Alan Watts. So he's like a metaphysical type person. He's older. There's like a lot of quotes and books and stuff like that from him. And was it him? It was somebody like that. Anyway, but just like when you're doing the yoga or not the yoga, the meditating, you don't want to do anything. And there's a paradox because by not doing anything, you're doing something because you're trying not to do something. You understand?
That's like someone be like, bro, what the hell? Like, you're not doing anything. Like, do something. I am doing something. I am doing something by doing nothing.
Exactly. That means you're doing something.
I think, therefore I am.
It's deep. Now, what I like to do, and what I was doing this morning, and
I'd be pissed
a
off.
lot of times if I'm at the beach and I'm doing it, I like to try to like.
And by doing it, you mean doing nothing.
No, I do this. I'm telling you what I do. Like, so I'm like a spiritual energy being, right?
Holy shit. Okay.
Now, have you like heard anything about like visualization studies and like how we like have a headset on? Like right now, like we view the world
Like, remote, whatever it's called.
No. Like you have your eyes, your ears. Imagine like everything you see and take in is like information through this headset. How we experience the world. So because like they say like it's saying like Neo in the Matrix, everything's like code. Like in the real world, like the way we see things and how they actually are is not the same as what they are. There's this guy at UC Berkeley who does like visualization studies. He's like a doctorate in it. He's done like a lot of stuff. He's trying to find ways to see stuff from outside of the headset point of view.
It's almost like virtual reality where you're in like an empty warehouse.
Exactly.
But you have the mask on. It looks like a real world.
Yeah. Imagine like like they say that like the virtual reality and stuff will get so good that you won't even be able to tell that you're in there. Now, some people might say, okay, well, that's where we are right now. But so when I meditate, I like to think, and it's funny, I even said this morning. Imagine like trying to like see the world without using the senses that you have. Like, because your eyes are closed and you can hear, but like you try to just see and feel like the energy around you and like know what's going on without using your five senses. Because if you're a spiritual being without a body, you're not going to have those five senses. You know
What
what
are
I
you
mean?
gonna have?
I don't know. Like you just be like have.
You're onto something.
I know. That's why I do it.
You do this out of the beach?
Yeah, yeah. Not like every day, like, but sometimes, yeah. Like last week, I was doing. I think it was less than last week, actually.
So what is the ocean if this isn't a real world? Because I feel the ocean.
I don't know, man. It's definitely water there. You know what I mean? Like it's there,
If we
but
go
it's
in it,
just
we're gonna
weird.
die. It's not like it's not really there.
Exactly. So that's just so like confusing and like such a hard concept to like grasp. That like we're imprisoned in this 3D dimension that we live in, or whatever dimension we're in, and we can't like, say like people who could see the fourth dimension. Weren't we talking about this the other day? How you could perceive all time happening at one time.
I mean, I don't know if there's people that can do this. They claim
Well, yeah, I
there's a
mean,
lot of
not a
claims.
person, but like if say you a
They say
being
it's like a loaf of bread.
like an entity or whatever like could see us and look down on us in 3D because they're in 4D. Like we're trapped in there, but there's
That's
other
crazy. So
worlds
they'd
where
be
like
able to see our future and our past.
it's all happening at the same time. Yeah,
I don't
because only
understand that.
us we perceive time linearly, linearly.
See, the thing I don't like about that is, so then that would mean if they were to conquer us, they would have already conquered us. It's already happened.
Well, yeah, and physics and stuff like that.
So it's like,
And,
what are y'all even doing here?
like everything's already happening at the same time. It's already happening. There is no time.
Can they see their time? Can they see
all
their
happening.
future of when they die?
It's all everything is happening all at one time.
I don't believe that.
That's what like physicists say, man.
But it doesn't even make sense because they're talking.
I wondered
So
that
that means
too.
all words will come out at the same time. But
I hear you. Listen, because
But-
I was at a place.
I just reread the
No,
Odyssey.
because you're trapped in this dimension.
I read you the Odyssey right there. But
No, you didn't, because you're in this
I
dimension.
just used all the words at one time because all happening at the same time.
No, yes, you have. So you have what I would call a non-enlightened, smaller mind.
Is my mind in 2D?
No, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're trapped in 3D, but you're running in 2D, man.
But
You got to be in 5D, so you don't even understand it.
it's all.
No, because we're trapped in this. That's what you don't understand. There's
So
different
I'm
dimen-
listening to you in time that's moving from present to future to past.
That would be the fourth dimension.
But
Space-time is the fourth dimension.
so we're talking right now. It's not all happening. This podcast is literally being timed. It's an hour and 17. This right now is not the same as when we started a podcast an hour ago.
In this dimension, yeah.
How do they watch things?
I don't know. I don't even know if they have those beings. I mean, they say that like God is omnipresent and like everything. They can see everything all at one time. You ever seen like any like videos? or
Whoa,
anything
whoa! That just blew my mind, Dave. They said that God is omnipotent, see all things, one thing. So now we're saying if aliens in the fourth dimension, so that means God could be an alien. Because if they could see all things at one time, what we would think of them as is God.
Yeah, but that's another topic. Like,
Like omnipotent. He's like, I'm omnipotent. I'm all knowing.
yeah,
all
but
seeing.
the God in the Bible doesn't appear to be that. Like, based on like things that they say.
He seems to be angry and jealous.
Well, I don't think the God in the Bible is like the actual God. For one, I think.
Shh, Dave, you're not allowed to say that.
I can say whatever I want to say. Trump's my president.
I was gonna say, wait, but isn't Trump Christian?
There's the episode of King of the Hill I was watching the other day, and like
Oh,
Khan, the guy from he's Laotian or whatever.
Guys, he was watching King of the Hill the other day, and that's all I need
And
you to know.
there's this guy Ted Wasanasan. He's like a Asian businessman. He's like, "Oh, Ted, I didn't see you at the temple." He's like, "I'm Methodist now. It's just good business." Then he's like, "Oh, Councilman Everett." Like, so yeah, I mean, is he a Christian? Maybe, probably. But what does that mean? You know what I mean? Does that mean he's like perfect? No.
Damn it, that damn Trump.
But like somebody like Billy Carson would say that like the Amun Ra guy and there was like two brothers, the Anunnaki kings. And,
He always talks about Toth.
yeah,
and someone else.
Yeah, and that's the guy who's against Amun Ra, because
Mm,
Amun Ra was, or is Toth? No, Toth is the good one, and Amun Ra is the bad one. Like when you say Amen, like you're like
mm,
literally saying that.
mm.
But there's one that wanted to keep the people stupid, and like the Garden of Eden story is
The
like
Book of Ganesh or something like that.
the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Boom.
Yeah, well, that's just one of the stories.
Mm,
But he's like, when the devil gave them the apple and the knowledge, he was like giving them knowledge of themselves, which the other guy called sin because he wanted to keep them stupid slaves.
the apple.
And the other one was like more enlightening to them. Now, further in that story, like the one admits that they'll like kind of be damned by the actual creator because those
Hmm.
people weren't supposed to be doing here on earth what they were doing
Hmm.
and creating us and you know splicing their DNA
Hmm.
in with our DNA.
What do you think?
And
Do
they
you,
weren't, they had powers, but they weren't gods like as like the creator, like the true God who was even over those guys.
what do you think about some people who say this is kind of like what's going to happen when we get to Mars and we find out that there is life on Mars, and now we're there. We're supposed to be doing one thing, but then we have people who are doing other shit and doing evil shit. They're gonna have to get like killed and taken back and shit. You know what I mean and stuff. It's like, oh, so then in their Bible, it's gonna be like John came over and he was supposed to be doing this and helping us out, but then he started taking over and having sex with the women and having kids and shit and having like mixing gods and humans. Like that's what happened.
Hmm.
We're not really far off from that.
Yeah. Well, who knows, man? Like we don't even know. Like who knows? Do you think even the history of like the past several hundred years is like
Accurate.
very accurate that we get? No. What about 100?
That's
Probably
deep.
not.
So
Like
thousands.
how many generations of it would be harder to do now because there's more information widely available. But think about in the 1800s, early 1900s, this and that.
Mm.
People didn't have distribution of information. Those people died off. Like new people come in, and you tell them what you want them to know. How many generations do you think that would take before the new narrative is set of what the history actually is?
Mm.
Probably not long. So we don't know. Maybe none of that's true. Maybe we are like a virtual simulation, and when we die, we wake up from that simulation, and it's like, wow, this is crazy. Well, that was crazy.
I definitely believe in like this is the real world, and but I believe there are alien stuff, but I don't think I believe in like the Matrix type theory.
Mhm.
I
I
think
don't
that's
know.
like wishful thinking. I think we hope that that's us thinking like that we're the only ones here and stuff like that.
It's hard to say. Like, but like, okay, well, what about like the split atom? You know, when they project the protons through the two different slits, and then when they're observed, they act one way, and then when they're not observed, they act another way. And quantum entanglement, where one thing happens here, and it can even happen millions of miles away instantaneously. So like, we don't know that.
You're saying that's sign
So you know, like if
of
you play like GTA or something like that, and like you turn a new corner, and like the city like emerges in front of you because now you're viewing it.
hmm.
Same thing with like people. Well, they would say that that happens to us as well.
But the thing is, and that's a great theory, but it's like in the video game, the city is really there the whole time. You just can't see it.
Exactly. It's probably the same here too. But is
It
it?
is
But
like
is it even there
fucking
though?
my mom's house is there right now, even though I can't see it.
Somebody's seeing it though.
Okay. So I hear you, but like, so like even in the video game, they had to create the world. It's not like it's just created when I turn the corner. No, it's always been there. I just have to kind of drive to it.
Yeah, but this is here too, probably. And then when you view it, it comes into action.
I'm going back to your whole theory about the split atom and like when we're not looking
Yeah,
at it and
because
stuff like
yeah,
that.
when you don't look at it, it acts one way, but then when it knows it's being observed, it acts another way.
But this is the thing. That's an impossible theory because how do we know what it does when we're not looking at it if
Because
we're
the
not?
pattern that it leaves.
But it knows it's being observed.
Not at that time though.
Yes, it does.
After so you think it?
If it was a computer.
You'd have to look at the. It's not a computer. It's
No,
the
I know
actual physical thing.
I know what you're talking about. No, but I'm saying we would be in a computer is what the theory is. So if we're in that computer, it knows that we're running this test.
Yeah, But no,
How can we fool something that
I,
we're in
don't,
the?
I doubt that you're going to answer that question right now, asking me that question.
I'm just saying,
Like, but
like
I'm just
I
saying
get what
it's
you're
got to
saying.
be
It's like,
somewhat
but
deeper.
it's not really not being watched. We're
But
pretending to not watch it. That's like me holding my camera and be like, I'm not looking at you, but I'm gonna look at this tape later.
but you are looking at it though.
Exactly my point.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Just because I say something doesn't mean I know.
That's fair.
I just say things that are going on, or like
It's
other.
like that meme. It's like after you say something, you'd be like, "Hey, man, I don't know." You gotta just say that afterwards,
Why-
just to
yeah,
cover yourself.
yeah. You should definitely do that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly,
Hey, what do I know?
exactly. And what does anybody know? Is the thing.
I agree. Real quick, this is from the notes a long time ago, but it says rock paper scissors. Was it something about you wanting to make a new rock paper scissors game or something like that?
I don't think so.
Or like, I think it was like, why does paper beat rock or something like that? You said. I don't know.
I don't know either. That's too far. My short-term memory is done, bro.
Oh Lord.
Done.
What else? You have something else on the notes we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
There's something weird in the beginning I wanted us to remember to talk about, and you didn't want to write it down.
Well, I have the self-censorship because of people's jobs slash businesses.
Can you expound on that? Or
That like people act a certain way because they feel like it'll affect their job or business. A lot of people don't say what they really think publicly,
I agree with that.
especially business owners and other people that are scared to lose their job. Like they really like just censor themselves to.
You know, I that really kind of like it. It kind of like pisses me off sometimes, and I think that's why I struggle with having a job, because they'll be like, "John, don't post that on Facebook. You got a job." You know, it's like, bro, I've put shit in packages at Amazon. Why the fuck do they give a fuck what I'm posting on Facebook? Or like, really anything. Let's say, oh, I drive trucks for Budweiser. Who gives a fuck if I post dumbass shit about Donald Trump on Facebook? What is it like?
Well, I think
Why does this? Why are they trying to like hold me to what I do for this whole thing? Like, what the hell's going on?
well, I think depending on. I think that people that do that would care less than someone who works in like a corporate office or
Even so, that's what I mean.
something like
Budweiser's
that.
like,
You know what I mean? Or
even
say
so,
you
like
have a bit
corporate.
or a business that like is family friendly. Like you got to be very. Nobody wants to hear an extreme opinion one way or another. I mean, some people do, but generally, I feel like people feel like if they just keep very neutral on everything, they can't really get called out for anything because you just let more. You don't want to say oh, I don't like these type of people. Then now all those people are going to come to your business, and you could get trash for this. That's
It's
just
like
one example.
I can kind of get that, but like that's just like okay. I'm kind of going with you, bro. It's like I don't really know if I even know anybody who has a job like that. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not using anybody for instance because I don't know. But let's say somebody is like this is gonna be all right. But let's say like a manager of a car dealership, right? And they're like, oh, I can't do that. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, like you sell cars. You know what I mean? Like, but it's like I get it, but my thing is more for the business. Like, I just hate how businesses try and have like such a stranglehold on you because they pay you. You know what I mean? And it's like it's trash, bro. It's like our capitalistic
But
world.
my thing is people do that to themselves. Like you ain't even got to get told that because you're already scared of that possible repercussion from just stepping out of line in the first place.
Stepping out of line.
Like a lot
That's
of
a
people would like to come on the podcast, but they're scared to get judged for what they really think.
that's true too. You know what I mean? And it's like even like let's say we had somebody who was a nurse or something back during the pandemic times. They're like, oh no, I don't believe in the shot. They could have got fired. But it's like you shouldn't be able to fire somebody because of that.
Yeah, I agree.
That's crazy.
That's just like that's the form of like control. That's like the same of like living in like a accountability culture,
Or in like a third world country. You know what I mean? Like a what do you call it when a communist
like
country?
a dictator.
Yeah,
Like a
dictator.
dictatorship,
Yeah, and
or communist for that matter too. Yeah, for sure.
it's like, do we really have freedom of speech? And it's like, I guess they say yeah, but then also the freedom and the right to work. So hey, you can say whatever you want, but I can fire you if I want to.
Yeah,
It's like
it's free market.
that's crazy.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, John.
That's crazy.
Which I hate that phrase anyway.
You got anything else, or are we about to close this one out, dude? We're at an hour and 30 minutes.
Oh, I mean, we pretty much covered everything. We didn't talk. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to. I'll save this other topic because it will be longer. And then we kind of like mentioned this about the DEI stuff. That's kind of old news at this point.
The only thing I'll say is like, you know, and I'm gonna want to like play this back later, but like DEI is, I don't want to say it's stupid. It's like, I hate when, this is really what I hate. I hate when like people are like, oh, well, you know, I think it's kind of like racist to like really hire people because of the color of their skin. It's like, I get that, but can we not like, I want to have an intelligent conversation about the fact that there was a lot of racism going on. And the fact is that if you leave people to their own like devices of hiring and firing, there are a lot of people that are going to be racist and not hire people because they're black if you just leave it up to them to do it. And so it's almost like them, it's like, this is what I think of getting rid of DEI is. I think it's like not having a speed limit, you know, and it's like, oh, well, I think like telling me how fast I should go is racist.
I don't agree because that's
let me,
more like
hold on, let me finish real quick. It's like saying, you know, I think it's racist to like tell me how fast it is to go or whatever. It's like, let me go as fast as I want. It's like, yeah, but when y'all do that, y'all go too fast and you speed and stuff. But it's like, nobody's really worried about that. Like right now, nobody gives a fuck about if like, I'll even keep it away from black people, but like if minorities get voted into these businesses. And I feel like it's going to kind of go back to things being just run a certain type of way and a certain amount of people getting hired and stuff like that. But hey, man,
no,
anybody can open a business now.
See, here's the problem with that. Say like in DEI, like you might have poor test scores than me, and you'll get hired over me because you might be someone else. You know that. So like, say I'm like super qualified at a job, but I'm like a white regular dude. I have to have. It doesn't even matter what my score is because you could come in here and be in some kind of intersectional, marginalized population and getting points for that. But listen,
okay.
And this is more like in the government. It's like they need people like base this shit on a fucking test, man. Whoever like is the smartest person should get that. Like, fuck your quota.
But y'all don't do that because, like, this is my thing. People are legit holding back Asian people who would just fill up these colleges who have all the best scores.
I know they do that.
But now you're like, we need to let white people get in too. And now you're like, oh, it's not fair. But then on the other end, you're like, it should just be about the scores. And so it's like, bro, y'all are...
Harvard's a liberal run area. I mean, so that's like your own people that would be defending what you're saying.
See, people put into boxes of liberals. No, I'm talking about like what's right and what's wrong. I'm not talking about I'm talking about nationwide. Okay, if you want it to be based on test scores, then let's do that. But what I'm saying is, and people are acting like they're blind to it and they don't have any. John, I don't know. I wasn't alive back then. It's like, neither were you with fucking like World War II, but they claim to know what like people did during that time, you know, but they're literally being like selectively ignorant. And what I'm trying to say is like, let's not act like there wasn't extremely smart black men and women back in the day and people whose like son was dumb as fuck and like say like a Joe Biden's son or something getting position and shit. And then now people are like, oh, it's not fair. It should be, it's like, okay, like it's like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? These things are put in place because you're saying it's not fair, but bro, we already have 95 white people in the office. So white people are represented.
It's not only about
it's like
it's gender also.
But the thing is,
to say,
you're hold on. You're not competing with me. You're competing with the other 95 white people, but you're looking at me as your competition. And that's where y'all are fucked up and lazy. You know what I mean? Because it's like, just get a higher score and beat the other 95% white people. But there needs to be 5% of other people. Y'all are like, oh, well, I'm trying. It's like, bro, just do better. But you're not better than the other 95% white people that did get hired and are at the job. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, there does need to be representation in a grand scheme of thing, or else your world is gonna get fucked up. Like you can't have, and not saying you, but like if people think that a world of like all white people would be like a good, like solid world, then I feel like they're just sadly mistaken. You know what I mean? It's like if you want a business where it's like, oh, we don't hire
I don't-
5% black people.
I
We
don't
want
think-
all 100% white people.
See, here's the thing: like putting that number on it is where the problems occur.
I don't agree.
Because now you have to meet that quota, and like you might not have the qualified people for that quota.
But you have to meet quotas on everything.
But I hear, like,
Why do we act like we're having a problem with meeting quotas?
I mean, I hear what you're saying about like the sun or whatever. Yeah, that's the issue, but that's gonna happen regardless.
Hold on, don't just give that answer. See, that's a bullshit answer. That's
not a bullshit answer.
So I could tell you, well, this is going to happen regardless. That's not getting anywhere. Okay, let's find a better solution for that's going to happen
I think
regardless.
that's more of like an anecdotal like number. I mean, the boss's son's gonna get hired.
Do you agree that it's important to have representation from multiple different cultures and ethnicities
This sounds like
at a job?
This sounds like a quiz. Do you prefer that it's better to work in the
This is
multicultural
deflection.
environment?
This is deflection.
No, because
right now.
I've had that question on a test before. You know,
I'm asking you a serious question. Answer the question
No,
before you go into the joke, though.
no, I don't agree that I do not agree.
You don't agree?
No.
Okay, so now
I don't agree.
So
Because
you think that if
that's a DEI question, man.
no, I'm saying so what you're saying right now is if the 1,000 smartest people in Florida that are going for the job are Chinese people, they should all get the job.
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
I'm with you on that.
See, I've had this question before on like things and like working at the hospital and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it'll be like true or false. You agree that a team made up of people from different, diverse backgrounds and experiences create the best team? It's like, well, not necessarily, but this goes back into the self-censorship. You have to say, yes, I do believe that.
You don't have to say that.
Well,
but if I guess if you
you
want
don't-
the job, but
Exactly.
then my thing is that's like being like, is 2 + 2 4? You don't have to say 4.
No, it's not
You
fair.
could say 5, but you'd be wrong. So it's okay for you to be wrong.
Yeah, but that's not a fact-based question
I think it is.
because 2 + 2 is a fact that is 4.
Your thought process is, okay, I'll even give you like a Milo type, whatever that guy's name is, Milo, whatever he is, that he does all this shit. It's like he's smart, but he's dumb. He has a high IQ, but he's not situationally aware. If you have 1,000 of him in your office, your business is going to go crashing down. You need to have some people who are like culturally aware, not even like black culture, but just like socially not awkward. He's socially awkward. Like just because you're smart doesn't mean, just because a business has smart people doesn't mean they're going to be a well-run business. You got to know how to work with people too. And it's like, just because people are book smart, he's like, I got a higher test score. Yeah, bro, but you don't know how to dance. You don't know how to talk to women. I think these are important things.
Yeah,
in
but
business as
just
well.
because I hear what you're saying.
You need to know how to deal with other people. You need to know how to deal with black people.
Those
deal
are
with
different-
Indian people.
Those are different skills. Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Exactly.
It depends on what you're doing.
Google.
What do you mean Google?
That's the company.
Working at Google?
Yeah.
See, yeah, they're going to need all kinds of different points of view.
Okay, so
But
do you,
let's say it's like some kind of engineering thing. You want to get the person who like failed math, but because they're a girl, they get the fucking job.
no.
And now
I
they're the
think
ones-
you need a college degree. That could be number one.
Yeah, but this is varying problems in that.
That doesn't even make
Like,
sense.
Yeah, I mean, because you
Let's answer what you just said.
something
Hold on.
like scientific. Yeah, I don't care. Like if I want you to have the best score.
Okay, let's say doctors, surgeons,
you should,
surgeons.
Yeah, exactly. You should have the best score. Just because it's like, oh, we need more black.
But then like,
thoracic
if they're
surgeons.
doctors, so you're just saying like, I want the ones who got like 100% in college type shit.
There's levels of smartness in doctors. Do you think there's not idiot doctors?
Okay, now hear me out. Now, let's say you hire a black doctor, right? And he might have graduated with an 82. And you have a whole bunch of Asian doctors that graduated like 95 and above, you know? Let's take it off white. Now, would you agree with this? Even though I'm gonna say it's a fact, but would you agree that there's higher causes of like black women dying during pregnancy and being treated worse in hospitals based on the color of the skin, and doctors believing that they have a higher tolerance of pain?
Well, that's two questions. back in slave days, yes, they did think that.
Wait, so you're saying before 1865? So you're not saying like 1950? They didn't believe that?
Further, you see, you're trying to conflate.
You just said slave days. That's
question is like
1865 or before.
that question.
I'm
is
trying
like,
to get.
hold
You
on.
said before slave days.
You're
Yeah.
asking two
So
questions.
1960.
You're asking two questions. First of all, you asked about healthcare disparities for black women being treated in the hospital because white
Right.
nurses and doctors might feel like
I
they
didn't
have
say white.
Whatever they might
Okay.
feel they have an attitude and they're difficult to deal with.
I didn't say that. That's
the
your
thing.
racism
That's
right
the
there.
thing. That is the thing. It's called healthcare disparities,
Right.
and it's the thing that happens with black women. So
That's racist.
That is a thing, though. It is a thing. Now, the way you frame that question, and that they don't believe in pain, yeah, and at that time they did believe that.
No, I was saying
they believe
that they
something
believe-
different. So your question
what
was like,
I'm
have you
at-
tried heroin? No, have you tried sugar or heroin? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and just say I tried sugar and I don't try this.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like, okay, so just go back. You said in the slave times. No, I believe it happened like in the
Whatever
2020s.
No, people don't believe that now, John. People
I believe
are
they
ridiculous.
do. I believe they do.
People think that black people have higher pain tolerances.
Yes,
No,
I believe.
I don't
Yes,
think people believe. And no educated person would think that.
I'm gonna Google it.
Now, back in the day when
gonna
they
look on
did
ChatGPT.
experiments and like say like I don't even want to put a time frame on it.
I know
But
you
yes,
don't.
They did.
I do today.
No, not today.
I do.
See, that's nonsense. That's
What am I asking ChatGPT?
I don't even know.
Do
Do white people think that black women don't have pain receptors?
Do white doctors believe black women have a higher pain tolerance? Dave, I want you to read this. Read my question. I want you to read what ChatGPT says. Read my question first. Read my question first, and then read it.
You just said it. Do white doctors do
No,
white
read it.
doctors think black women have a higher pain tolerance?
Now read what. Don't say anything. Just read what it says.
But hold on, before I read what it says, I want to just point out this is exactly what I just said.
Okay. Okay. So read it.
Yes, there's a concerning history of some healthcare providers, including white doctors, holding the false information that black people, particularly black women, have a higher pain tolerance than white people. Yeah,
Let me
I
see.
just said that.
Let me see. Then I'm gonna ask why. The clear answer is racism, but I'm curious what ChatGPT thinks.
John, ChatGPT doesn't know everything. That just like summarizes like points. You know that could be altered by like different questions. You should know that.
These biases can have serious consequences, leading to black women experiencing inadequate pain management during childbirth, surgeries, or other medical procedures. Addressing these stereotypes and ensuring equitable care is crucial in improving patient outcomes for all people, regardless of race. This is just why I say
Again, I just told you
This is
that.
just why I feel like it. You know what would be awesome? You know what would be perfect, bro? And like this might not go over well because I think you and did we say there's not more doctors or there's like same amount of black doctors as there was before or something? We kind of had that conversation before.
I think there's I don't remember.
Less, anyways. Like, would it be racist to have like black doctors work on black people, like white doctors work on like white people, and Asian doctors work on like Asian people? Because that would just cure everything. How are we racist if we're not even the ones working on you? And then you guys wouldn't even have to worry about black people because obviously your resources aren't going to it.
Yeah, because that's forced diversity, which I just said I don't think is a good thing. Like just like if you have like
diversity, equity,
like just if you have like white police walk around in the black neighborhood, they don't know that neighborhood's things.
So there
it's
should
like-
be. You're saying there should be black cops walking around black neighborhoods.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you do agree with diversity and equity
That's
inclusion.
not diversity, equity, and inclusion, though. That's not
Hold
what
on.
that is.
You just said that you don't want black doctors working on black people because you're saying that's bad.
I didn't say that.
So I agree. I think that yes, like it's okay, and I think it would be good to get rid of a lot of bullshit from both sides. Both sides wouldn't be able to complain about nothing. Just go to a black doctor if you're a black person.
Yeah, people used to do that. That's what they used to do.
And now it's like when you go to, but I get it. It's like you go to a hospital, you're having a baby. Hey, we only got white doctors.
But it's like, you know what? Most people, I would say, are like, nope. I don't think most people are really thinking about that.
This is my problem with that.
If you're like a white dude and you go in the hospital and you meet some black doctor,
A lot of people will say, "No, I don't want this black guy working on me."
I don't know. I don't. Well, maybe some would. Yeah. Yeah.
It's true.
But that guy is not gonna present himself as like some kind of like
Because he's a pussy and he's
not
scared.
No, he's not scared
To admit that
Because
he's racist.
No, because are you talking about the doctor or the patient?
No, the patient.
Oh, I was talking about the doctor.
Oh.
Like that educated person is not going to come off in a way that like is going to be like, oh, this guy's an idiot, unless he is an idiot. And then the case the white doctor might rub you the same way.
I'll tell you this:
Like,
there's a lot of old like white doctors that do be saying like racist shit, and they don't even know it's racist. You know what I mean? It'll be like, LaQuisha, that's a crazy name. It's like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, my name is Dr. Olak Ruvlovsky. Oh, but Koisha is the crazy name. It's like racist as shit.
that's cultural. Well, that's like age time too,
Which goes back to racism. Like you just defending that.
Everything's not racist, John.
Well, a lot of stuff is.
A lot of stuff is not.
I don't agree with that. You see how you went like this and I said, no, I don't agree with that?
Of course you don't agree.
Yeah. Because I'm black.
Yeah,
but
and it's in your benefit to perpetuate that stereotype.
That doesn't make sense.
So you can continue to try to milk the advantages of the
this
DI.
is my thing. See, this is exactly what's going on right now. Yes, you said I can milk the DI. This is exactly what's going on. It's like everybody's like walking around the room, and some people are like taking money out of my pocket, and I'm like, bro, I think people are taking money out. It's like, John, I think you're tripping. I don't think people are doing it. Like, just because people aren't taking money out of your pocket doesn't mean people aren't taking money out of people's pockets. And like, when people will be like, I don't think that's true. It's like, and I get it. They can say that, especially if they haven't experienced it themselves. You know what I mean? But it's like, you're almost putting this like innocence on something that's not innocent. And that's my whole thing. It's like, why do people have such a hard time admitting that there's racism going on like in a government and in a country? It's almost like, why are they trying so hard to defend it? That be my whole thing, and a lot of people's thing. It's like, why can't y'all just say, you know what, John, the government is racist?
Because I don't think a lot of people think about it that much.
Exactly.
I think
you're
I don't
want to say that's
like,
racist.
I think you're over here just like trying to be like, oh, that's racist. This person doesn't understand this culture. That's racist. No,
that's not what I said.
That's not racist.
That's not racist.
That's
not understanding a culture is not racist. But like being like, I don't even think about it. It's not that it's racist, but it's a problem.
It's more deep than that, man.
It's a problem. This is my thing with it. It's like, I hate when people, especially when it comes to like voting and stuff, be like, who you vote for? It's like, bro, don't give a fuck about me now. You know what I mean? Like when you're like, I don't think anybody thinks about it. Cool. Just continue to not think about it. But then don't ask us who we're voting for and say we're voting for the wrong person, when let's have a conversation the whole time and be on the same side. But it's like, yeah, we don't even think about that. Okay.
That's backwards thinking.
That doesn't even make sense for it to be backwards thinking.
That's living in the past thinking, man. Like,
it's not. You literally just said right now, nobody thinks about that.
If more people did not think about it, that would be less racist. But you
no,
want to be like,
just because people aren't thinking about it doesn't mean it's going to stop happening.
No, remember that racism. Oh,
no,
yeah,
no, that's like right now.
Yeah, I forgot. That is annoying.
No, that's like right now. That's like someone being in an abusive relationship.
No,
and then they're like, just stop thinking about it.
No, man, your analogies suck.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do, because that's not an accurate analogy.
It is an accurate analogy.
That's like your opinion, man.
Exactly. So is somebody
like
who is being abused.
Like, talk about like systemic racism and racism on people. It's like all people get fucked over. You think it's like specifically to you because you're black.
No, wait, hold on. You're on a very, this is a very great thing right here.
That's
all people do get fucked over. Now, let's say you got fucked over because you're a guy. That's sexist. That's what that's called.
That's
Dave.
also DI for that too.
Let's say you got fucked over because you're bald. That's fucked up.
I shaved my head. I'm not bald.
Anyways, let's say, once again, that's perfect as well too. That's perfect right there. You're fucking bald. Just because you shaved your head doesn't change anything on the fact. But anyways, it's just like, yo, people be just in their own worlds, you know what I mean? And they don't care about other situations. It's
exactly.
Like, that's fine. But then just continue.
That's how it is.
Right. But then like say if people want to go vote for someone and now they have more people to vote for that person, don't try and come talk to them now. Be like, hey, let's talk about why this is a bad idea. No, fuck you, bro.
Again, I don't see how that's related to that.
Because it's not teamwork. It's not teamwork to when I'm be like, bro, nobody is allowed to play football because we're black. And you're like, I don't really see that. I get it because you're white and you're playing football.
I mean, there's not going to be a lot of good football if you took all the blacks out of football.
I'm talking about before they let blacks play. You know what I'm saying? So this happened at a certain time. And then now black people started playing and they're like, oh, hey, we should play football like this. Fuck you, bro. I'm not even gonna listen. You didn't even care about me playing before. Now you're gonna want me to play with you a certain type of way? No. That's where I'm at with it. Don't try and play ball with me now. That's where I'm at with it.
See, that's so the people advanced, and you want to hold a grudge because of their prior.
It's not holding a grudge.
And you want to hold a grudge.
See,
against people who didn't
that's
even do that.
that's gaslighting right there.
It's not gaslighting.
Saying it's not holding a grudge. But let's say this. Do a perfect example. Let's say me and you have a media business together, right? And let's say one of us is doing 90% of the work and one of us is doing 10% of the work. And then now let's say, boom, we get a deal for like $1 million, you know? And then you're like, hey, I want 50% of the money. And I'll be like, well, bro, you didn't put in 50% of the work. You're like, oh, John, you're like looking at the past. You're looking like, don't even think about
that. Poor analogy again.
And I'm like, no, all I'm doing is going off of actions and moving forward based on that.
Okay, so I'll agree with your thing in that particular specific situation.
Amongst your actions are going to base off how I'm moving involved.
But you're like, oh, hey, Dave, you had a media company with some dude before, or not even Dave. Oh, hey, Dave, your grandpa used to own a newspaper business too with some dude. He jerked him over, so I don't trust you. That's like what you're saying.
I can respect where you're coming from, like, but hear me out.
What's that got to do with me? So your analogy is not good because you're talking about me and you in a personal situation.
I'm gonna give you a perfect analogy off what you're saying right there. So now, back then, your grandfather wouldn't hire my grandfather, right? So now you have a media business and you're like, you got money out the ass. Y'all could do whatever. You're the top-notch #1 business. You know what I mean? And then now I've built mine off the ground and you're like, hey, we should collab. We should work together. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Like, no, I don't want to collab. And like, I hear what you're saying. It's holding a grudge, but it's like, no, but at the same time, I don't feel like we need you. And it's the same thing. You didn't feel like you needed us back then. I'm just providing, it's not holding a grudge. I'm providing the same thing. I don't feel like I need you right now, bro. So, but now y'all are just on the other side and you're like, oh, it's fucked up. You're not hiring me because you don't need me. And it's like, yeah, I agree with you. You know what I mean? That's how you feel. You feel like, hey man, now they're just feeling like they're on the other side of it and shit. And that's why they're like, it's fucked up. You shouldn't hold. It's like, no, we're not. We're literally just like doing the same thing. We're just not killing you guys and not trying to like burn down your like cities so that we can be better than you that way because we feel threatened that you guys are advancing too fast.
You think you're advancing too fast?
I think that the government thinks that.
I don't think so.
I know. Because you don't even think about it.
I don't agree with that statement.
I know.
I would say
because you already answered it. Like, you don't even think about it.
What kind of evidence do you have for that statement?
All the black communities that have been burned down. And
no, not that statement. That black people are doing so great that we have to hold you back right now.
Wait. Okay. I want to.
Right now.
I want to answer this the best way. So you're asking me. Okay. So would an answer be that black women are getting their degrees the most and the fastest? Would that be an answer to that?
Well, that is true.
Right. So we're advancing very fast.
Black women. Now,
I'm just talking about black people.
On the other side of that coin, we could say, yeah, those same women don't have families, and either the nuclear family of that black person is not the same now, because these women are doing this over here, and they don't need you, the dude,
right?
Because that's what.
Right.
Racism against black dudes.
Now, hear me out.
Sexism against black dudes from black women. Yeah. So, yes, you have more degrees. You're making more money. But your family's weaker
because
you got no dude and you got no family unit.
Because the government split them up. But also, hear me out. Now, just imagine, and I'm so glad you said that because it sounded so powerful. imagine how powerful we would be if the government never intervened. Like, and I'm not even trying to say white people, but there would definitely be a different dynamic at this point right now, because you just said it, like black women and with no family situation going on are still doing that. Imagine if they had their fathers in their lives from, and just their fathers had their fathers in their lives and stuff like that. So, you guys are not you guys, but like the government's trying to do its thing, and it's like, it's working to a point because they're slowing it down about as much as they can, but it's like the shit is like a rocket.
Maybe for those people.
You know what's kind of crazy to me? It's and I don't know if it's like numbers lying thing, because it's hard for numbers, but and let's not even talk about like say white men, but I find it hard to believe that like black women are getting degrees faster than white women, and not in like a race, but there's so many white women like that. What are they doing?
It's not just it's master's degrees.
What are they doing?
Other stuff. I don't know. How do I know?
That's what I'm saying. Like numbers wise,
maybe they're having a family. Maybe they're like
stay at home,
having the man and being the woman and letting the man be.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because a lot of people.
So then they don't even got to get a master's degree.
I'm gonna bring this up real quick too. A lot of people like criticize like BLM and stuff too, because there were like some black lesbians who were shitting on black men.
Wait, that's racist right there. But go forward.
It's not racist, because that was part of the thing, and that's why I've heard like a lot of men, like black dudes on whatever, talk about like, yeah, those people are promoting like we don't need no fucking man. We don't need this family structure. Whereas those white women might be like having the dude at the top running the shit, and they're just playing the role as like the wife, and they don't need no education because they're just being like the wife.
This whole like, it's crazy because it's like, oh, that's BLM. It's like that's like me saying like KKK. You know what I mean? And I'm not like it got corrupted, and especially when you find out of like
John, it was created by like
George Soros and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, bro, this is in my mind what happened. Let's say Flagler Weekly. This is exactly what happened. We have Flagler Weekly. We have a vision of what we want. People like watching us. Then we let Ron DeSantis in the state of Florida, like, oh, hey, we want to give you guys $5 million, but you have to do it like this. You know what I mean? So people are like, we'll take it because we want to do well, but now we have to do this. And then they bring in their own people and stuff like that and all this. And now it's not even what it once was and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and then now you have people who are being like, yeah, see, that's why we don't fuck with Flagler Weekly. It's like, but I think what I feel like a lot of white people struggle with is like, Black Lives Matter is just like a saying. They're making it seem like it's a gang. Like, Dave, do you believe that black people's lives matter?
It became that organization though.
Dave, do you believe that Black Lives Matter?
As an organization?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Do you believe that Black Lives Matter?
Everybody's life matters, John.
Okay, so all lives matter.
Exactly.
Okay, so Black Lives Matter?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. And that's all it is. So we're in the same boat. Now we're in the same boat. So there is no BLM. We just believe that Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, but the movement of that is not that.
No.
And those people,
no. And see, that's the difference. There's not the movement, the organization.
The organization.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's fine because people can create organizations, but the movement of Black Lives Matter.
But who created that movement or that organization?
They were George Soros?
No, it was like the other ladies. They got in trouble for like buying houses and shit with the money.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, whoever those
what I don't understand is like, and that's my problem. It's like, okay, the whole thing was like, hey, there's black people getting arrested from doing like protesting and stuff. Okay, donate so we can get them out of jail and stuff like that. So I donated to it. That's what a lot of black people donated to. But we're not donating to Black Lives Matter. We don't even, what do y'all even do? But okay, there's a lot of black people that got arrested for doing some shit that we believe is righteous and like a civil rights matter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah, but
it's almost like buying a Taylor Swift album, but it's like, I don't agree with who she is. You know? What'd you say?
Was it ever really that though?
Was whatever really what?
Because I feel like that what happened so fast, that whole like the climate at the time and just the timing of it all was just like very fast.
What always happens is just like the Black Panthers. And it's just like how I feel like with the Jewish people to the Nazis back in the day, and even what's happening with immigrants nowadays. They always try and like make them look bad, and then so that they can get the people against them and shit like that.
I don't think
it's the same play every time.
Black Lives Matter and Black Panthers were the same thing at all, man. They were actually like doing something.
Um,
What the hell was that?
it's the markets, stock market.
Oh,
Tell me that the markets are open.
yeah,
now.
and like you want to talk about like something racist, like yeah, like turning all those guys into criminals and that was racist. Yes,
Yes,
for sure.
and the same thing going on now.
And then every one of those guys whose family got busted up and they became a criminal afterwards, that's what you get. You know what I mean? Because those dudes
That's
were all
what
about
who gets.
the government who did that.
Gotcha.
Like those guys were about like spreading like knowledge and like
Giving out free food to poor kids.
and empowering the community and this and that, trying to build up.
Right.
But they took them down, and then everybody who got taken down with that, like now, like then like crack came in, and heroin, and like all those people instead of doing that, now they're moving here, and now
That came from the government as well.
now we got all the
Right.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and then now all this crime later after that.
Why do you think the government did that?
Well, to get money, and it was like a population they could get the money out of.
Was it to like maybe hold us back because we're like entrepreneurs and we're doing really good in business? So let's give them some shit that's illegal so
Well-
we can lock them up.
Maybe that too, yeah.
No, not maybe.
But not only them. No,
it is. I'm telling you, that is what it is. That is what happened.
it's not only them though. No,
It's not a maybe, but go ahead.
no, I don't think they did that specifically because. Well, maybe they did.
They did.
Maybe they did.
They did.
I mean, that's
They did.
There's a good possibility of that for sure.
No, it did. It did.
No, they
That is
did.
what happened. But we'll keep going on.
Yeah. So yeah,
But overall, that's why it's crazy because like
I'll say this too. I saw, and it was kind of disheartening to see. There was like a lot of racism over the halftime thing too. It was a lot. I seen a lot of people's like little racist feelings coming out about it.
yeah, but I'm not even too concerned about that too much just because I really do I almost feel bad for, like you said, I feel bad for the average white person because it's almost like daddy. It's like, let's say me and you play at the playground together and your dad comes over and he's like, yo, don't play with those black kids. You know what I mean? And you're like, what's wrong with them? That's my friend John. We're just hanging out. And he's like, nah, you're a white person. You're supposed to hang out with white people. We don't hang out with them and stuff like that. And I feel like that's how the government is. So now me as a black kid, I'm like, man, fuck white people, And you're like, I didn't do anything, And it's like, yeah, but your dad said we're not allowed to hang out. So now you're going to go get a job with your dad at the business and stuff like that. And you're like, now you're the president of the business and stuff. And you're like, John, I don't know why you didn't like me. I didn't do anything, but I'm like driving trucks for the business. You know what I mean? And now we're on like a completely different trajectory and stuff, all because of that. And you're like, John, you shouldn't like hold this against me. I didn't do anything. And it's like, I'm not holding it against you, but somebody is responsible for it. Now, us not figuring out that responsibility, that is irresponsible as well. Because I feel like we should figure it out so that we could solve it in the future because there's still people who act like that. That's what I'm saying. So, and that's where I think a lot of black people get pissed off because a lot of white people who like, they'll be like, John, that don't got nothing to do with me. Huh? It's like, okay, well, fuck you then. You know what I mean? And then you're like, I don't know why it's fuck me. I don't have nothing to do with that. Because you're not helping. You're like, and it's like, that's like if I got to clean a room and you're just like in your room chilling and then you're like, why aren't you cool with me? It's like, bro, you see I got to clean this room. And it's like, you don't have to help me. But if you were my friend, you would help me clean the room. But if you're just like cleaning up on your own, okay, now when it's clean, no, don't come into my room, bro. Because you didn't want to help clean it up at all.
Because now you're obligating me to do something for you.
What, like slavery? And yes, that's called friendship. Yes, I am. That's my thing. Yes, I am obligating you to do something for you. If we're friends, just like if you're family, just like.
Yeah, but you can't like sit here and like put like personal things on systemic things, man.
Yes, you can.
Like your analogies are the worst.
It's not the worst. It's not that. It's the perfect thing. You don't want to help clean up.
But why should I be obligated to help you clean up?
Exactly, because we all live in the same house together. And if there's roaches in my room, they're eventually going to come into your room.
So clean your fucking room, asshole.
You left the fucking mess in my room, though.
That's a different dynamic. You know what I mean? Like now,
you created this mess in my room, though. You dropped off crack into my neighborhoods. Now you're telling me to clean it up on my own. Your dad left crack in my neighborhoods, and now you're mad because my neighborhoods are dirty, and you're telling me to clean it up on my own. And then you're mad when roaches go into your fucking your room, but you don't want to help us clean it up over here, and this shit's piled to the sky.
But I didn't do that.
And this is like privileged white boy like answers. This is legit. I don't want to clean my room, mom.
No, it's not. I get what you're saying, but why should I don't know.
Exactly.
I didn't
No,
benefit,
what you're saying.
I didn't benefit from that. So why is it my obligation to fix it?
This, and it's funny. This is legit. Like, and this is gonna sound racist, but this is what black people feel like is white people logic. They're very for themselves thinkers.
Everybody's for themselves.
And black people feel like they're like community thinkers, and we feel like that's what's holding us back because we will do for others in our community, and we're not gonna advance. Whereas like we feel like, we don't know if it's true, but we feel like white people will be like, that don't got nothing to do with me.
That's
so
what they do. See?
Exactly.
Like nobody, like you think other white people help me out because I'm white?
And that's the problem.
No.
And that's the problem.
Y'all are lucky that don't happen.
That's exactly.
You're lucky that don't happen.
Exactly. 100%. 100%. But I'll tell you this: white people at the top do help out each other.
Yeah.
That's why y'all are organized, and we're unorganized.
See, that's because you always want to conflate classism with racism.
Well, my thing is that they go together because the
racism is for poor people.
Well, no. The thing is that the people at the top are still going to look out because, like, boom, perfect example, fucking Joe Biden's son. Like, he's a poor white guy, but his dad is just diddling through for him to do. That's perfect right there. He is a poor white trash white dude. Joe Biden's son. Would we agree? And without his dad's bullshit, he would just be some poor white trash. But his dad's just giving him billions of dollars and shit. And this happens at every single level, bro. So it's not a classism, it's a racism thing.
No, well,
yes, because rich white dudes take poor white people. They take these like all these like say like white girls and shit like that and just put them in positions of power and shit like that. And that's what it is right there. Where it's like they didn't even like work for that. They're just giving it to them and shit like that.
But you can't just say white girls because maybe they just want to smash them.
No, I'm not even saying. I'm just saying like it'll be like their daughter.
There's some
like let's say like Chelsea Clinton. I just saw a thing where it's they had the Haiti fund and shit, and like out of like 15 billion, like 8 billion went to Chelsea Clinton. She's a poor chick.
It's like 28 million actually.
Anyway, see, why are you like arguing over like the little million? Anyways, it's like that type of shit is what I'm saying. Like, and so it's not classism. It's racism.
Well, that's not classism or racism either. That's
nepotism.
Nepotism. What do you think they're going to screw over all these people out of the money?
But what I'm saying is, you see, y'all use different names. You're like, oh, it's not racism. It's nepotism. Okay, but now when let's say you hire 15 of your cousins, oh, that's not racism and it's nepotism because they're my family. Yeah, but they're all white. That's what this whole thing is about. Now, once again, it's not about how smart you are. Y'all are giving it to them because...
Yeah, I mean, you're conflating several things, man.
Yes, I am. But they are conflated together.
But you're looking for a simple solution.
I'm not. Answer. It's not... Well, the simple solution is racism.
Listen, no. People are going to look out for themselves.
Right.
That's the bottom line.
Right. Okay, and my thing is... Okay, so now, once again, when I get the money and shit like that...
Then look out for yourself. Because nobody would expect you to do otherwise.
And that's the problem, is what I'm saying.
Is that a problem, though?
Yes. That's why our country is going to shit, bro. Because other countries don't look out for themselves. They're a collective.
No, they're not.
Okay. China is a collective.
China is. That's a communist.
Russia is a collective.
That's not true either.
Russia is a collective.
The governments of China and Russia are not the same things.
I did not say that they were.
China is a communist place.
Okay. But what I'm saying is all the people are on the same page.
Well, those are more homogenized cultures anyway, so you can't really say that.
I agree.
Just like Sweden.
Most
people are Swedish.
I agree.
America is like, you go to fucking Brazil. They're mainly Brazilian.
So everywhere. So what you're saying is America was created on being a melting pot and allowing everybody in.
No, I didn't say that. There's just more of it here.
Gotcha.
Other places aren't that.
Got you. Okay. Well, I think we had a great conversation, and I think I feel you're saying it's like classism. I'm saying like they do go together.
Somewhat.
You know.
Well, it depends on the situation. You can't just say it's one thing. You can't just say it's one thing.
Well, the situation I'm talking about is hiring and DEI. I feel like that situation itself, it was created based on racism, and now it's being dissolved based on racism. But I don't feel like the actual racism has been taken care of in that situation. But I think this podcast is a great, symbolism of a black guy and a white guy being able to work together.
Yeah, that's what the podcast is.
Definitely. So, we did a good podcast today on President's Day. We had a great conversation. Um, what else are we gonna? No, let's just get out of here, dude. You got anything you want to say before we get out?
Nah, it's been like 2 hours.
Asman.
I gotta take a piss.
All right, y'all. We out of here.